Welcome to UB Reactions, the place where we keep it real. Today, we've got some hot topics, so let's jump right in.
The Supreme Court, which one is relevant? In the Constitution of Nigeria, all the decision of the Supreme Court bind all authorities and people throughout the Federation. That's what matters.
The fact that he had laundered drug money, most likely in his US bank account, is not an issue for you now. It was an issue for you a few years ago. It's suddenly not an issue when you go to work for the man. How convenient.
The court has held the allegation that was put up in the petition against him could not be substantiated.
Well, the US hasn't held that. And in fact, the US court tried to release all the files, and the president rushed to stop them from doing that. Innocent people, is that what they do?
What stopped them from releasing it?
Is innocent
what
people?
Stopped them from releasing it?
It's ongoing in the courts.
I'm glad you said ongoing.
But
so let's wait until when it's...
Do innocent people try and stop files from being released about themselves?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I'm sure the Nigerian people
privacy. Do you... I'm coming. If a case is taken to court against you, even when you know you are not liable, will you be comfortable that the order of court will permit the release of privacy issue relating to you?
Yeah, if people think I have drug money in my bank and I don't, then yes, I would do everything I can to.
Unfortunately, people do not.
Tinubu is not just super rich. It's what he does with his wealth. In 2019, 2 armored money trucks, bullion vans, were seen going into his house, coming out of his house. Where did that money go?
No. Point, did you see the money? Or those who reported, did they see money inside the bullion van?
Was there no money in the bullion vans?
How am I to know?
You said it was money
Bwala,
at the time.
Bwala.
2023, February. You
How could I have known
it's a tragedy that I know your words better than you do. There is only one person in Nigeria who is alleged to have moved money through bullion vans, and that person is the presidential candidate. You said that on February 17th on Channels Television 2023.
Thank you for notifying me.
So where did the money go from the bullion vans?
There was no money inside.
So why did you say there was?
I said there was no money inside.
But you said at the time you said he's the only.
Do you know, actually, I think Tinubu should sue Bwala. Honestly speaking, I think he should have sued Bwala.
You are.
Seriously?
Okay? Yeah, I agree with you.
Seriously? Man, jeez.
Only person to have moved money in bullion vans.
When did I say that? What was the event in Nigeria?
Oh, so you were lying because it was an election campaign?
No, I never said that. I say, how can you prove that just because a bullion van goes into a person's house and comes out that there is money inside?
Maybe because people said it was vote buying by Tinubu. Tinubu himself said, I gave money to the people. You know he said that?
Yes, I also give money to people.
When you give money to people, people would say that's vote buying. Politicians, rich politicians give people.
No, he doesn't give money to people on election day, but he helps people.
But people at the time said it was vote buying. Do you agree with that?
Who are the people?
You said,
no, I
ostensibly, I can't believe you still keep walking into this. You said it was done ostensibly for vote buying. Do you agree with Daniel Bwala or not? Please don't lift up a glass of water.
Okay. The pro-Bwalas in the house.
He was even laughing. Hey, God.
Where is one man?
Uncle Ben, shame wear me like Superman.
Where is Ola?
This is like the height of the whole thing for me. Please don't drink the water. This Bwala is something else.
On the eve of the presidential elections, 2 cash-laden bullion vans, your words, were seen on the premises, which was ostensibly for vote buying. Your words, January 22nd, 2023.
Have
you just disowned everything you've said in order to work for this president?
I'm coming. What you just said now, I want to put it on record, on my own honor. That's not what I said.
So far you've denied 2 things.
This one I said, that's not what I said.
Before you said it too. Let's just keep count.
Let me tell you what you do. You will have an idea of a phrase or a word in a sentence. They coin the other part of it to project what you want to push out.
I read the entire sentence.
No, but that's wrong.
No. Let's read it again. Wrong. On the eve of the presidential elections at Lagos, 2 cash-laden bullion vans, your words, were seen on his premises located on 26 Borderland Street, which was ostensibly for vote buying, your words. You can just say, I don't agree with what I said, then I was lying.
I don't agree with what you said, yeah?
No, with what you said. In fact, in 2023, you said that he bought his election. Did he buy his election?
At the time, I thought. But when it was litigated in court, the court found that he didn't.
So you thought he was vote buying, and now you don't. You thought he bought his election, now you don't. In fact, you said it was so corrupt, the 2023 election, Tinubu's win, you said that you couldn't eat food for 3 days.
I never said that. Where?
I get the video.
Arise News, March 2nd, 2023. I became so sick for the past 3 days, I found it very hard eating food.
I'm sure you have a mistaken identity.
Jesus Christ.
I never said that.
You never said that you
Why
became
will I
sick.
not eat? Win, lose, or draw. You eat your food and go to bed.
I'm going to spend a lot of time enjoying social media after this show is done.
Go
and aired.
ahead. Yeah, well.
Let's turn to our panel, who are waiting patiently once again. I'm joined by Anu Adeoye, a journalist for the Financial Times who's covered Nigeria. Anu, we've talked a lot about President Tinubu and the allegations of corruption, including from Daniel Bwala, which he's now pretending he didn't make. Alleged. Okay. You recently described him as a wily political tactician. How does he wield power? Daniel and others have accused him of vote buying in the past. How does he wield power in your view?
Yeah, I mean, I think you need to understand the context of Nigerian politics, right? And this isn't specifically about Daniel, because he used to be in the opposition. Now he works for the president in the APC.
Well, he used to be in the APC, then he was in the opposition, now he's back in the APC, and he doesn't remember anything he said when he was in the opposition.
And I think the crucial context here is Nigerian politics is ideology-free.
Yes.
Right? There's no left or right, as it were. It's mostly, unfortunately, about, people call it stomach infrastructure in Nigeria, and self-interest. And ultimately, if you're someone like the president who, for all his many faults, I think is someone who sees Nigerian politicians for what they are. They are self-interested people. And if you can tap into that, it's very, very easy to get people to come on side. I have a question for Daniel, right? It's like, what made you from saying all of those things that you now disavow? What was the grand vision that made you decide, I want to work for this guy?
First of all, I left him after the primaries because he made a choice of a Muslim ticket. And I thought at the time that would be injurious to the interests of the Christian minorities. I made that decision. And
I think this is the only time this guy spoke anything that has semblance of truth on this interview.
Yes,
That Muslim
right.
ticket, that Muslim ticket is what brought us where we are right now. With all this unaliving of people, the insecurity that is ravaging the northern part of the country and everything, it's because of that Muslim ticket. I think back then, Bwala was actually honest, but I'm still marveled at the way this guy did a 360 degree and now saying, I didn't say all of that. Anybody want to add to that, Mr. Comparable?
No, why would you be marvel?
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
No, I'm not marvel.
Wait, hold on, please. Hold on. Hold on, please.
No, I'm not.
Mr. Comparable, hold on, please. Abby, what are you saying?
I wanted to say, did anybody see the chairman of APC UK chapter, Tunde Doherty's response? That's the guy wearing the bat cap.
Yeah, we will get to him shortly.
Okay, all right.
We'll get to him shortly. I just wanted to take Mr. Comparable and Okola's take, even Mr. Alumide take on this particular issue.
I just wanted to make sure we're not speaking him because he too is problematic. No problem, sir.
All right, thank you.
Uncle Beno.
Yes, sir.
I permit me to disagree with you. See, it's not why Muslim ticket is not the best for the country. But the issue of terrorism in Nigeria has nothing to do with Muslim ticket currently.
But
my name is Jeffrey Britt. I am 30 years old. I have been undetectable and untransmittable for 8 years now. What I would tell someone living with HIV that isn't getting treatment is the key to a long, healthy life. When we're not having treatment, we're risking ourselves and we're also risking others' lives. Being undetectable and untransmittable gives me the ability to have meaningful relationships, room to live the best, long, healthy life that I can. HIV ends with you.
They went ahead to import militia just because they wanted to push Jonathan out. And, that's why when we build narratives, I try to offer my own perspectives. Even though Jonathan was corrupt, clueless, shule, you were saying all those things, you were happy. People were happy, but Jonathan told you that you will remember me after I might have left. That guy even came out and said there are Boko Harams in his government. So this thing has been the thing they've planned for a very long time. Started from when someone unilaterally dragged Nigeria to OIC. You know, starting from when they were building all this, some people will be building narratives of 50-50 Christian population in that country. Ask yourself, why those propaganda? Now, when people were saying, "Oh, the North are much more than they are more, they outnumber the Southerners," ask yourself why those propaganda. They be building the propaganda towards this thing you are seeing today. It's not today's thing. But it's just because Nigerians, we were not sensitive. Pansawa Ofura. Pansawa Jana Ajawa Ofura Ajawaji. Uncle Beno, please interpret that. I mean, translate that.
I can't even interpret it.
Okay. Okay. You see, when they say the plantain is getting rotten, and people think it's getting ripe. You understand? That was our situation. You know, this thing, they've laid the foundation of the problem we have now for a very long time. It's only manifesting now that we think this thing has nothing to do with Muslim tickets. If under Buhari, they terrorized the country. You know, it was under Buhari they unleashed, but unfortunately they were unable to conquer under Buhari. You understand? Even this America that is trying to help us now, they frustrated Jonathan's efforts. So to me, I don't think it's about that. That's my personal thing. Now, as for this Bwala that I say, you heard my opinion in the morning. When you are cornered, just own up. Just say, okay, yes, I was wrong as at that time. It's as simple as say, yeah, that's finished. Okay, oh, Bwala, you said this thing about Buhari, about Tinubu that time. Yes, I was wrong. Oh, this thing, okay, I didn't have the information. I spoke both on the information. Because when you lied, you can never be consistent. Okay. Because you need several lies to back it up. That's what is happening to Bwala now. So we will have agreed that I lied in the past. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm not trying to correct myself now.
Okay, sir. Mr. Lumide, you want to add anything to that, sir? Mr. Olu? I can see you in this studio. Yes. Hello. You want to add anything to what Bwala just said now about the Muslim ticket and why you think it's going to be dangerous for Nigeria? And here we are dealing with all manners of killings in Nigeria.
Well, I mean, it's unfortunate that you know, our country, our society has allowed situations like this to thrive, and I mean, it's sad that we are where we are today. So what the show that he put up was just was a show of shame, shame and a disgrace, because for me, you know, see. So when the problem we are facing is it's unfortunate that we have allowed this kind of shame, this kind of incompetence and ineptitude to become systematic. Mm-hmm. And now what is happening is that we forget that, see, in the crimes that we are in the different jurisdictions that we are in, their standards, and we forget that those standards that you are creating in the various places that we live in, you are going to come before the whole world to come and show your standards, to come and prove that your standards will be one that the rest of the different societies that will be looking at you will be the one of envy. But unfortunately, we have stood so low. You know, it's just like going through school, and we're going through school, and then some children are cheating in exams to pass, to get qualification that, you know, they don't truly deserve. That is the kind of system we've created for ourselves. And now we are before the world stage and we can't prove our worth. Now, and all he has to show is to lie, is to, So what I mean by that is our system, our politics. You understand?
Okay.
The people, our leadership. You understand? So it's become systematic and it's so sad.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much, sir. Mr. Comparable, you want to add something to that real quick? Mr. Prestige. Okay, sir. Go ahead.
I don't know. To be honestly, I don't think that would have made any difference whether Christians or Muslim. The problem we have is the system already in place. Why Tinubu came in, and the problem is that the people in his cabinet, that are sponsor of terrorism. The chief of defense. What's his name, Matami or whatever they call him. Even Rubadu. So that's the problem. He has people in his cabinet, that are sponsor, that are sympathizer. Look at what Rubadu said the other day. I think a week ago. He said the terrorists are his brothers. I didn't say it. He said it. So that's his problem he having. And the Tinubu case is that he has it's because of political capital he wants to gain from the north. He doesn't have that boldness to do something. Tinubu is not a typical Muslim ladder or jihadist mentality. He doesn't have it. I give that to him. But he's very afraid to do something. That's why he allowed all those people. I don't really believe that because of Muslim ticket. This is strictly my opinion. I may be wrong.
Okay.
It's just the people in the cabinet and something like that. That's how I think about that.
Okay. Only babe, you want to add anything, or we should just move on? Because as for me,
just move on. I don't really have anything to comment about in regards to that particular subject.
So can I just add a minute?
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, sir.
You see, it's good that we are learning now as Nigerians, because we Nigerians, like I said, we are the problem. No, I'm not saying we are totally the problem. We have our own portion of the problem. We have our own portion of that blame.
Absolutely.
You see, when they brought in Sharia into our constitution, when Obasanjo, as far back as 1978, said, Sharia, people said, don't worry, it's politics. Sharia entered our constitution. Now, should be the one that entered that we had in the 1979 constitution is different from what we are today, right? Should be that one we say personal. Now, in 1999 constitution, when they sneak in this Sharia, when people were talking of Islamization of Nigeria, people started explaining that way. No, nobody can Islamize Nigeria. It's impossible. And the problem is this. Those people that will tell you that it's impossible, they are louder than everyone. And everybody just kept quiet as if everything is okay, right? Right now, I know someone was even arguing with me yesterday when I was go and cross-check the facts. Morocco was formerly a Christian country. Turkey. So there are many, even this, arguably this Iran you see today, is it not the same as the Persian that is described in the Bible? You understand? So when these people, they have the way to do these things systematically, and people will keep looking, they will keep looking. And don't be surprised that this kind of agitation sometimes comes from minority to the extent that they will dilute the opinion of the majority. And here we find ourselves now. Unfortunately, Tinubu to soil his own hand. Because I said this thing, I think like 3 or 4 years ago. When you dine with the devil, you understand. This is what you see. There's no way under the heaven and on earth that Tinubu will not know about these guys. Even you may say, we may deny that I didn't join them to bring militia and all those stuff. But when they buy Mrs. Alakuni in those states, you went there, you started shouting, where are the cow? Where are the cow? You started defending what you are not even supposed to defend, not because of your ambition. And so that is why all this ruffle, he has to manage it. Because I wonder how he copes. So it's not a Muslim thing. It has been the thing we'll be pushing, but unfortunately, both Christian, Onisheshe and Co, they side they were looking. And Christians were even justifying, no, it's all about kingdom of heaven. A Christian should not be in politics. How will a pastor go and do this thing? Oshibajo messed up all those stuff. That is where we messed ourselves up. We were supposed to be participating actively. We just stood by. We were claiming something else. And here we are. We corner ourselves and we are paying for the consequences. This is not too late, though. Thank you, Uncle Ben.
Absolutely. Thank you, Uncle Ola. You know, like I said, most time when I go to one-man platform, I just want to go and learn. Even though now they get bad goods for there, but I'm always learning. So for those who are watching, because when Uncle Ola said this in the morning, that Morocco was predominantly Christian way back, some people were pushing back. So I actually went further to dig into that. And the fact remains that before the 7th century Arab conquest, now. So I just wanted to add that so people might be watching right now. We know that truly Morocco at one time was a predominantly Christian country before they now become Islam. All right. Another thing I noticed from this conversation that I just wanted to chip in is that this Muslim ticket is a big deal. I know to my Muslim brothers and sisters, it's so easy to water it down to say it really doesn't matter. But for me, I focus on the signal. The signal that meant for the North. The signal is sent to the North. When you have Muslim president and Muslim vice president, to the vast majority of the Northern people who are not that educated, they can easily misinterpret that, hey, we are in control. And I'm saying this because one time I was studying the advent of Usman Dan Fodio, and I realized that the objective for the jihadists at that time was to conquer the entire country. And I've heard some Fulani men, I think there was this platform, maybe I will find it again, I'll play it on one of our shows. There are these Fulani believes that they own Nigeria because Allah gave it to them. So the aim is that we have to conquer the whole country. It belongs to us. And for me, if we now factor that into Nigerian politics, when you have a Muslim president and vice president, to an ignorant Northern Islamic man or women, they can easily misinterpret that to mean that, yes, the time have come for us to take over. And I still believe that Muslim ticket is the reason the Tinubu administration cannot tame the Boko Haram menace when it was growing. Because how do you go on and wipe out these bandits and Boko Haram extremists or Islamic extremists? These folks are considered their brothers, and you heard them say it. Even Ribadu said it recently. That, well, we can convert them, they are still our brothers and all of that. And yet we all know that a terrorist is not supposed to be considered a friend. Because these are people who will unalive you without blinking. So I just wanted to push that out there. And if you bring that to what Bwala is saying in this interview, that moment when he said, at the time when he saw the Muslim ticket, he knew it was going to mean problem for the country. And that is where we are now. But anyway, let me continue to play the rest of the 10 to 20 minutes that actually caught my attention in this interview.
Campaign against him. And after the election, for the next 1 year, I was critiquing policies of the president. But I saw from January right up to December how this president patiently introduced policies and continued to engage Nigerians across all platforms in a bid to push Nigeria forward. I became impressive about it, and I made a choice to do that. Just in the same way that Mehdi Hassan has worked with BBC, I worked with Sky News, then with MSNBC, and then back to Seteo. Evolution of people's life.
Worst analogy
Evolution
I've
of people's
ever
life.
heard in 14 years of doing head-to-head. What are you talking about? Somebody changing their job from one company to another is not the same as you saying he's a corrupt man who created a militia, bought an election, and now I work for him, and I only said that stuff because it was the opposition.
All of the things you said, you couldn't substantiate.
I substantiated all of it.
You have not.
Let's go to Aisha Osori from the Open Society Foundations. Aisha, in 2023, on the eve of the presidential elections, you wrote an article calling Nigeria a competitive authoritarian state that barely qualifies as a democracy. What do you mean by that, and what role has President Tinubu played in making that better or worse?
Well, he's done nothing to make it better. Definitely, our democracy is a lot worse off in 2026 than it was in 2023.
How so?
Well, for one thing, we had a stronger opposition in 2015 when the APC came in, but thanks to President Buhari and now President Tinubu, we have 30 out of 36 states are now APC, which is not necessarily a good thing because that means we have no opposition. PDP, the People's Democratic Party, has been virtually destroyed. The Labour Party has been destroyed. We literally have no political parties anymore. Another thing that we don't have is any separation of powers between the legislature and the judiciary.
Tunde Doherty is here, the UK chairman of the All Progressives Congress Party, the President's Party. Aisha says that your party is turning Nigeria basically into a one-party state.
Abi, here comes your friend.
I disagree with her. I want people to know something about President Bwala Tinubu. Before the man comes to government, he was an accountant. He has a very high-paying job. He was working with Mobile before he came to politics.
Before Mobile? He said he worked for Deloitte.
Yes.
He made a lot of money for Deloitte, he said.
Yes.
Deloitte says they have no record of him ever working.
If you know him before he came to politics, he's such a very generous, very rich man. Before he came into politics,
say they have no record of him?
You remember he was a senator.
Tunde, why does Deloitte say they have no record of the man working for them?
That is not the right thing because...
I'm sorry, I just wanted to say this real quick. There is something about this Tinubu cap or hat, or how do we describe it now? There is something about the hat that those who wears it, they really don't get it. The moment
now when you wear this hat, your brain will be reducing.
Thank you very much. That's what I was going to say.
Your brain will be reducing. Then the space that is there will be replaced with air, with oxygen, with air.
I don't know what you put for that hat, okay?
Uncle Ola, I hope you don't have one of these cap. Where is my Uncle Ola? Uncle Ola don't get his cap.
No, I know. Well, there's nothing wrong with the cap now, if you understand what it means.
Uncle Ola, there is something about this cap. If I see somebody, Uncle Ola, when I see anybody that wears this cap, I automatically know that this is somebody who is struggling with stomach infrastructure.
maybe I should quickly go and get my own copy of the cap then.
Uncle Ola, I beg, don't wear this cap. This cap tells people everything about the wearer, in case they don't know. It just shows that you are a crumb eater. You will say anything. You will see black. You will call it white. That's just it means. So when I saw this man on this show yesterday, I'm like, okay, hold on. This man is wearing Tinubu cap. I mean, no, Tinubu cap be this. And as soon as the man opens his mouth, I'm like, gotcha. Here we go again. I almost said in it, but the man no add in it.
There are oppositions working against to bring demand down. But I can tell you,
Deloitte is part of the Nigerian opposition.
No, you can't, because all of these things emanate from the opposition point of view to bring demand down. But they have forgotten this man is the symbol of Nigerian democracy that we have today. He fought the military to the standstill during the Adeko period. He made sure that there's no politician in...
Uncle Ola, can you defend this? Is Tinubu the symbol of democracy we have in Nigeria today?
It depends on the perspective, sir. It's not necessarily...
There's nothing like depend on perspective. The money
No, bro. Bros, calm down.
Don't be doing that here. This is
bros, calm down.
This is not your ecosystem, please. Be factual.
Bros, calm down. When we want to talk of people that fought for human rights or still fighting for human rights, people that fought for human rights, we talk for Gani Fawemi, right? When you say Gani Fawemi is the face of human rights agitation in Nigeria, you are not telling lies. There are some people in that category too, right? Now, if you talk of,
At Vistaprint, we print all the signs that help your small business stand out. We print tabletops that get your brand seen up close, and retractable banners that stop everyone in their tracks. We print A-frames that bring in business, posters that show them what you're all about, and vinyl banners that let everyone know you've arrived. No matter what you need, we print all the signs that you can put here, so you stand out, even when they're way back here. Because at Vistaprint, if you need it, we print it. Get 15% off signs and banners at vistaprint.com.
His wife, and we are still saying this thing. This guy, sorry, not his wife. That's Abiola's wife. So I mean that, this guy was running between the U.S. and America. Ask yourself, what was the guy running away from? So the thing is, sometimes we may not like someone unnecessarily, but you still have to be fair enough to award the credit where the credit is due. Yeah, Tinubu may be corrupt, it may be everything, you understand. But when you want to talk of the fight for democracy, maybe the first most part now.
Can I come in and
okay.
That man what he said about?
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Okay. So you see, when we come to a national platform, we just utterly say lie, because this APC person here that was saying that he worked for Deloitte. Everybody can go and fact check it. It's well documented. In the 1980s, Tinubu worked for Deloitte, then he worked for Mobile. And his salary, his monthly salary at that time was 2,400. So that's what Mendy was asking him. How did he become rich before he became a politician? And the yearly salary was 28,000. So this guy here claiming that Tinubu was already a rich person before he became a politician, that can never be further from the truth. It's well documented. Anybody can fact check me. He wasn't making more than 28,800. That was his yearly salary. So we can know when you come to Nigeria, become a politician, you're gonna be filthy rich. That's the best industry. That's the best department to work in Nigeria, politics, and that's where you make your money. So we know Tinubu make his money from politics, and we know the kind of hegemony that he has when he was in Lagos. He was very dominant. He controlled everything, the taxation, his company, that the alphabet and everything. He made his money. A lot of people are corrupt, so let's call a spade a spade. Tinubu made his money. He's probably, in my own understanding, he is the second richest politician in Nigeria before he ran for election. So
all right,
he made money in billions.
I know I have nothing to say about that, because when it comes to politician and money, I know I'm not ready.
Well, what I'm saying, this guy here was telling lies.
Thank you, Bwala.
He made a lot of money.
He
made only 28,000 a year.
Anyway, let's keep going.
Nigeria today that will say he did not have a Tinubu.
Oh, Abby, you say something, Mama?
Can you say what are?
What are?
Okay.
What are? Abby, leave me with una British wahala, Joe. What are? I need some water. Drink some water.
A Tinubu tonic it is a political stability in Nigeria.
Before we go to the audience, I've been waiting patiently.
Fact check, Deloitte denied that they said he never worked for them. Go ahead.
Okay. You have said in the past, I don't even know why I'm bothering, that when was this man born? We don't know where he was born. He doesn't tell us anything. You complained about this. Now you work for him. Has he told you his birthday?
If you don't know when someone was born, first of all, he must have been born before me. I guess you know that. And secondly, my not knowing when he was born, does that have a consequential effect on his birth?
You said it did at the time when you raised it as an issue.
Consequential effect on his birth?
And do you now know where he was born?
I don't know.
Still?
No bad.
Okay. Let's go to our patient audience here in London's Conway Hall. Let's go to the lady here in the front row first.
In 2023, President Tinubu promised Nigerians constant electricity within 4 years, saying Nigerians shouldn't vote for him if he failed. Yet the national grid has suffered repeated collapses, including twice in January 2026. What is the government doing right now to stabilize the grid and improve reliability?
Yeah, the government has actually strengthened the partnership between the private sector and the public sector. You should know that we took up reforms in the power industry that has allowed the private sector to be fully involved. Some of the state governments have even reached an agreement where they have off-grid and they run their own electricity company in their respective states. So the progress is being made, and I can assure you, by the end of this first time, you would have seen very obvious change that you'll be happy.
Should people not vote for him if the electricity situation continues to be bad? That's what he said.
They will make the decision when that comes, when that time comes.
Bwala. Okwala, can people vote for Tinubu on the basis of electricity in Nigeria as it is right now?
Well, it depends on how far you are versed with what is happening in that industry. You know, I have my opinion there simply because Tinubu underrated that problem of electricity, and he overpromised. So
thank you for being honest.
So if I would suggest to you for Nigeria to effectively get 20,000 to 30,000 megawatt distributed, I would say start dreaming of that maybe 10 years to 15 years from now. But don't dream of that immediately because it involves a lot of things. So
and Mr. Ola, that is the problem. Why did Tinubu say, if I don't give you electricity in 4 years, don't vote for me when I come back again? Don't you think that is one of the reasons why he's trying to make sure Nigeria become a one-party state?
No, he added a clause. So
what was the clause?
He said, except he's able to provide, I don't know, let me just paraphrase it, a reasonable reason why he's unable to do that.
Let me find it.
So people just cut that one out of it and just dwell on the first aspect of it. But however, you know, the matter of electricity, I think the Electricity Act of 2023, we address it, but don't expect anything soon. You understand? Okay, look at the problem of our refinery when it started, when they were trying to do Petroleum Industry Act. You know, that dream started 2007, if I remember. Then, so I know something happened in that petroleum industry that people just want, because they want to rubbish Jonathan. You see that economic is a committee or whatever that he formed that time, that Dangote, Bwala, both were part of that. You understand? It really helped a lot. And that's one of the reasons I believe that Dangote is the largest producer of cement, at least in sub-Saharan Africa, if not the entire Africa today. So I think it's one of the reasons too. Dangote was able to kickstart that refinery project, even though Buhari helped to. You understand? So what am I saying is, you need that particular bill, that Electricity Act, to even start thinking. Then after that, maybe you start licensing one company or another there, and they start supplying off the grid, or they build their own grid locally. So it's going to take a very long time because it's not going to be an easy task. And this is capital intensive. The most important thing is that transmission grid that is being handled by the federal government, I think it should not be. Let individual, you understand? You are in the Western world, for example, and you know how this is done. If, for example, now, you know, we have BC Hydro, we have Manitoba Hydro, even City of Calgary, for example, has a way of running its own electricity. So centralizing electricity for a very long time has been the problem. But if Lagos can produce...
See, Okwala, I understand this explanation. You have explained it multiple times, countless times when I watch your show. But for a president...
The results that we've seen at the moment are amazing. Takes a lot of stress off the team.
Meet Finn, the #1 AI agent for customer service that automatically resolves up to 86% of queries with answers that feel human. Any channel, any language, 24/7. Learn more at fin.ai.
Now come back on campaign trail and still tell Nigerians, we will give you electricity. We told you we come with renewed hope. Can Tinubu even say that, sir?
No, you know, like I said, you know, I put my own analogy. Despite the fact that Jonathan was corrupt, I was looking at someone that wanted to take over power from Jonathan. That's the way I look at it. Yes, this guy is failing in his promise. But I will look at who are those people that want to take power from this guy in 2027. That's my concern. You understand? So yes, he failed. He overpromised. He failed. He mentioned a lot of things and he failed.
Thank you,
saying, okay, I'm at Bwala. Did he bring away Bwala? Or the fuel went up? He promised. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. He said he mentioned something like he will bring something down, and the thing is never down. You understand? Exactly. So politicians will make some kind of promises they will never fulfill. And this electricity of 4 year distance is one of those ridiculous promises. So,
thank you.
Can I come in before you move to the next round?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's concentrate on this promise. Okay. I mean, I know politicians promise a lot of things, but sometimes they don't deliver most of them or some of them. But there's certain promise, that is very paramount, to your election or re-election. And I'm gonna give you a typical example. The senior George Bush said, I was here by that time, so I've been in this country for a while. I don't know, maybe anybody here. I don't know if you have been through the senior George Bush time here. That was when I just first came. He said, yes, I'm not going to raise any more tax, no new tax. Read my lips, and that was his undoing. During this, he only have one time in the government, only 4 years, and that was his undoing. They never re-elected him because of that promise. No more new tax. Read my lips. And they hold him to that accountability. He was held accountable. And this is exactly what Tinubu promised. Barbados, I'm gonna read it, okay, you already have it there, He said, I will give you electricity. If I don't deliver electricity, don't vote for me. And
exactly.
He concluded, listen to this. He concluded by any means necessary. He didn't put that part here. He said any means necessary. So we should hold him accountable for that. He can't just be making a freak of promise that you're not capable of delivering. That's what politicians does. But certain part of them is very certain promise should be held accountable in that regard. So in that sense, he's deceiving Nigeria. If you look at what's happening right now, the grid collapsed almost several times during his day. Many Nigerians still receive few hours of power daily, a lot of Nigerians rely on generator.
Absolutely.
So
in fact,
really changed.
Mr. Comparable, let me play the video again so people watching and those that will watch later will know that Tinubu said this with his own mouth.
Necessary. You must have electricity, and you will not pay for estimated bill anymore. A promise made will be a promise kept. If I can't keep the promise and I come back for second term, don't vote for me.
This is not just any promise.
That's the truth.
It's not just any promise.
Unless I give you adequate reasons why I couldn't deliver, whichever way, by all means necessary. You must have electricity, and you will not pay for estimated bill anymore.
Now, those are two failed promises. One, he said by any means necessary, you must have electricity. And two, he said you will never pay estimated bills anymore. I agree. Like Uncle Ola said, it's going to take forever, 10 to 15 years for Nigeria to have constant electricity. And I also agree with Uncle Ola when Uncle Ola said he overpromised. Good. How about the estimated bills? Because anytime we talk about corruption in the system, People often means that, oh, when you mention corruption, you mean Tinubu is corrupt. No. Tinubu is not the one collecting estimated bills in Nigeria. People are still paying estimated bills. I don't live in Nigeria, but some of us, God, at least God help us. We get one or two things for Nigeria where they require say we pay electricity. And sometimes when we see the bills, we just be like, for light, we wanna not give us. Now a tier bill come like this. Uncle Ola, can somebody defend that? The estimated bill part of it. I agree with you, sir. This man cannot fulfill the promise of constant electricity. But can't he do something to make sure the poor Nigerians are not paying estimated bills? Uncle Ola, please.
Uncle Beno, that thing passed me, no. You are aware that I was with NEPA for some time, right? You were you heard that bill. So
yes, sir.
You see that estimated bill, I thought it came during the military period. So just because of consumer behaviors, and this thing I won't blame consumer, it's just a systemic problem. So there was a time that I said that when you see the only that was going on with NEPA, that time, you understand, you always believe that. Let me rephrase it this way. If you see the kind of corruption within the NEPA system, you would think that the police are even saints. They are even like angels compared to NEPA. You understand? So the thing is, the estimated bill was to account for those people without meter data, and things were not efficient. That was when this estimated bill was given back to. And I think it has been one of the easiest way for these people to make money. And let's call it as it is, you understand? It's a means of corruption, you understand, corruption. But let me tell you something. You must have the right infrastructure to say you want to eliminate estimated bill. I don't know whether it is still being done in Nigeria today. I don't know. But I know that probably some people were still doing that. I was not using estimated bill while in Nigeria, though. So when I was in Nepal, before I left Nigeria, because I was already using cash.
Before I left Nigeria. I paid estimated bills all through my stays in Nigeria. And if we can have people who are watching right now, or those who are paying bills for their parent, their dad, their uncle or sister, brother in Nigeria, are you paying estimated bill or not? I even heard that the people who are using prepaid meter, they say sometimes the thing just they run, you don't finish. So this is why I'm saying, yeah, Tinubu might be doing fantastic job, but his government is not the government of the people. It's like the government for the rich. The poor masses are the...
At the Irving Archives and Museum, history is at your fingertips. Explore award-winning exhibits, photo-worthy moments, and the only Smithsonian Spark Lab in Texas. Find curiosity, find fun, find yourself in Irving.
It was crazy. I thought it was 97 or 98. This former general, what's the name of this? James Olunleye, you understand? This man was paying his bill promptly. Everything was okay. So they were running this task force then after Ikeja district. So there was one Colonel Amsa that was the one that was heading the task force on that collection then, and Abacha was still alive, if I remember very well. Now, so this man was given one crazy estimated bill. That's influential person. I'm not even talking of a common person, like that. You know, General Olunleye, James Olunleye. If you go and check during that, you understand. That was the time that the NEPA they will be used similarly to harass consumers. Whenever they have issues, they will just go order for soldiers to go and, on this polling day, they thought they were going to harass General Olunleye with a soldier too. The manager then was just saying, this old man, after you wrong the man, no. He said, I have people like you at home that I feed. That general just took out that manager and said, my friend, don't be rude to me. He just slapped the manager. I was ready to beat that man. Old man was ready to beat that manager at that time, right? He now asked, okay, go and bring my soldiers. I know. He said, okay, go to the office and bring soldiers. The guy just looked at it and said, you want to go and bring my soldiers to come and arrest me? And our manager was not paying attention. You know? So they just brought soldiers to that side that time, you understand? The first thing when those soldiers saw that man like this, they just saluted the man. They just, the barrel of their gun like this, you understand? They nosedive it immediately. They were not explaining to our manager that, look, don't you know that man you are looking at? That's General Lule now. That man was part of this. So what I'm saying is this. Basically, this issue of this estimated bill you are talking about, I think it has been the elite in the society that are not fighting that thing properly. See, there's nothing like you and myself can fight. And who are those people that bought those Genko and all Genko and Genko, Disco and whatever you are talking? Who are those people that they are elite in the country? Mm-hmm. So this man that is saying he's not going to allow you to pay for estimated bill, don't allow him to do it alone. That's another fake promise if they are still doing that estimated bill today. You, Uncle Beno, everyone here that you know that you have power, you need to keep shouting that because estimated bill will still remain as long as those people that are still any you know how much they used to subsidize electricity, or let me say subsidize darkness in Nigeria as we speak today. Until they remove those subsidy, things will never be right. So that you are not going to pay that estimated bill. I don't know how it is run today. You are still likely to pay that estimated bill if you are not on your feet. Forget about what Tinubu is promising today. Remove subsidy on electricity and make sure that you elites make enough noise instead of accepting this thing. So common man shouting will not solve this problem. I don't know if estimated business is like I say.
But no, those who are in Nigeria, they are already, and those who have people in Nigeria, myself, all my people in Nigeria. So
Uncle Beno, can I say something?
Sir. Go ahead, sir.
Please, I want to say something in reaction to the clip you have played. What Dorothy, what's his name? Tunde Dorothy,
Tunde Dorothy.
What he was saying. So for me, and with respect to what Mr. Ola said, acknowledging the fact that Tinubu fought for democracy. See, if Tinubu truly fought for democracy, and this is the kind of democracy we are witnessing in Nigeria, I am ashamed. I am ashamed that Nadeko allowed a human being like that to fight for democracy in Nigeria. I'm a Yoruba man. That's just the truth. That is why, see, everything Mr. Ola is saying is why that country is a shithole today. Pardon my use of language. It's a complete shithole where everything is just upside down. Nothing works. And here we are talking about estimated billing like it's a normal thing. We are talking like, it's just, and come to when see, I'm not upset with their Muslim tickets. I'm not upset with their whatever, but allow the people. What the other gentleman was saying, they were talking about George. We was talking about George Bush's name.
Comparable fact.
Comparable fact was saying, at the end of the day, democracy is all about accountability. See, we have turned our own democracy, we've turned it upside down, and then we say it doesn't work. It's a white man's thing, it doesn't work. Because we have corrupted our own democracy. It is upside down. We don't allow a free and fair election. Oh, the Muslim ticket is to appeal to the North. Please stop it. Okay. Stop it. Let them have a Muslim ticket. Let those who want to have a Christian Muslim ticket or Christian ticket, let's have a free and fair election and let the majority truly carry the vote, carry the day. But they will rig the election. And then somebody who is rigging the election, somebody will come and tell us he's a champion of democracy, is a leader of democracy. Please stop it. I'm so ashamed that kind of a human being is being championed as a force for democracy. It's not nonsense. It's a shame.
I will ask you a question, sir.
Awolowo will be rolling on his grave right now when he's seeing all that is happening right now.
If permitted, I will ask you a question. Now,
go ahead, sir.
Now, you know, one thing about me is this: I have a way I criticize Aisha Yesufu, Showore, and I have a way of placing them why I have the same way of criticizing them too, right? When they overstep. The question now I will ask every individual is this: you, in your capacity, what are you doing to help good governance in Nigeria? If I may ask you, what's your contribution personally? I will tell you my own contribution. And what's your own contribution personally before we focus on that on Tinubu?
My own contribution is to come on platform like this and tell Nigerians to do the right thing. How to do the right, and not just do the right, how to do the right thing. By letting them know that you don't rig elections, you don't support people who rig elections.
Okay.
And then when we must be honest in all that we do.
Mr. Olu,
yes.
Let me clap for you for that your contribution.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
That is how those of us in diaspora can actually contribute.
And I won't say because Tinubu is a Yoruba person. I won't say because I'm a Yoruba person and because I don't want him to look bad, then I will support evil in that society.
Okay.
Now, everybody is paying for it now.
Okay.
Everybody is paying for it.
Now, this is my question now. This is my question. Yes, you've done your own, which is a good thing when you educate others to the right thing. But then, how would you describe someone, you understand, that's campaign against the military, they run radio programs?
Excuse me, sir. Oh, Mr. Ola, excuse me, sir. Before you finish, let me tell you, if I know where you are going. If I won't.
My name is Tyreek Daniels. I have been living with HIV for 13 years. My partner found out his status first, and then I found out my status, and went right into care and been undetectable most of the journey. When I became undetectable, it was a sense of empowerment. I can live a fulfilling life, a thriving life. Not only am I living with HIV, but through my work, I am able to help and support people living with HIV as well. It's a very, very empowering position to be in. Austin, HIV is with you.
Ló ń jókòó ló ń fẹ́ lọ́jọ́kòó ló ń fẹ́ pé àwọn làwọn bàbá àwọn ló ṣe. He educated his children. His children are professionals today. They are not influencing any politics in Nigeria, not even in Yoruba land. But look at this man. He's alive. His children are there. Yaloja of Nigeria. Governor of Lagos State. What are you saying? We have to stop this nonsense.
Let's take it one at a time, please.
Okay, we have to stop this nonsense anyway. You call it nonsense, but I call it my own perspective of things. You understand?
That is a very wrong, myopic perspective.
No, you can't tell me what is wrong. I'm an adult. I'm educated.
I will come on platforms to come and you have asked me what am I going to do. I will come on platforms and come and challenge people like you. People like you.
Okay,
I know you, people like you. You are chameleons.
Mr. Olamide, sorry, sir. Emma Binu Okolamombo. Mr. Olamide, I understand your passion. I'm a Yoruba too. I'm an obedient. I see people come for me all the time.
What is following the shito? It's a shito, complete shito.
Mr. Olu, please. If you want, Mr. Olu, please, if we want people to truly learn, we can't be fighting each other about this. It's better for us to have conversation. You bring your opinion, I bring mine.
Uncle Bino, I will try to be civil, but it's just that thing boils inside me. When I read book I understand,
Mr. Olu, but if you go to some platform, you will really be angry. But if we don't calm down to listen to other people's opinion, we won't move forward. Shall I understand? I get you, sir. But what can we do? You know, like I said now, look, this Uncle Ola that is speaking here now, me and Uncle Ola, we have not met one-on-one. But the respect I have for him is as high as this, because I've listened to him multiple times. Uncle Ola will take his time to explain his point of view. Where he need to back it up with data, he will back it up with data. I learned a lot from him, absolutely. I won't lie. Him and there is this old man again. I haven't met that man. Yeah, he's called Baba. I love listening to them analyze things. It's okay to disagree with opinion, but at least when we kind of try to understand each other, it expands our knowledge.
Uncle Bino, see, I'm an bad person by nature, but tí bá sọ fún yín pé nǹkan tí bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀ ṣe as an Ìjẹ̀bú man, tí bá sọ̀rọ̀ man yẹn láì dá.
Please say it in English. Majority of our platform members.
Me, I'm an Egba man, but Awo is an Ìjẹ̀bú person. If I tell you that I am so upset with somebody like Obasanjo, an Egba person, for the role he played in that nation, it's not a small matter. And they will not see the truth and say it.
It's okay, sir. Thank you. Uncle Ola, you want to respond?
No, of course.
Don't be angry, sir. We just that.
No.
We are concerned about Nigeria. It gives us sleepless nights many times.
See, even when I dare Luther, I know they angry. See, the only time I'm angry is when I'm now and I'm annosed. That's the only time I dare angry, because I cannot remove person, but I will go for shouting match, but not a. Yeah. Now, the thing is this, Uncle Lumide, let me tell you something. You see the way you painted Awolowo now. You think Awolowo was a saint, right? I'm from Ekiti to know. And Ekiti was the richest part of Western region when it started, when they used cocoa in Ekiti to build industry in So when you want to talk now,
your baby girl Abi don't they throw shade at you. Abi don't they throw shade at you. Abi say,
no, you understand.
Cannot be angry. His platform is worst. Abi for your mouth.
No. Then our bass goes there. If you don't get helmet, don't even come. You understand?
Go ahead, sir. Thank you.
So the thing is this: you are seeing Awolowo. Did you know that the people, Akintola people, will view Awolowo a different way? See, we are talking of Awolowo now because of his impact about human capital development. You know what Awolowo did to Akintola too? If you were in the shoes of Akintola, you will not forgive Awolowo. The Obafemi Awolowo University you see today is tagged to the name of Awolowo because Awolowo was the leader of the party, but it was Akintola's project. That's Obafemi Awolowo University. It was Akintola's project, but today they call it Obafemi Awolowo. They are seeing Awolowo, they are seeing Akintola as the betrayer just because he had different perspective. He wanted to capture the federal instead of focusing on the local. Awolowo vacated his position to contest, to go for the federal. He lost there and was coming back now, wanted to be controlling Akintola. You ask someone to leave federal and the guy went back home, you understand, and you lost, and you now went back there again. Both of you were lawyer. You wanted to chance the guy because you were the head of that thing. So Awolowo was not perfect. Let's stop all these things. Now, Operation Welfare. What was Operation Welfare? Who was the leader when Operation Welfare Wild West, when the entire Southwest was boiling and was one of those excuse that led to the 1966 coup? What are we talking here? In 1983, in those states, when they rigged Omobori Owo, after the outcome of the Southwest election, when they super rigged Omobori Owo and defeated Adekunle Ajasin, when they started burning everything up and down, that many politicians died that time. You understand? Whose party caused that one? Not the same party of Awolowo. Guys.
Mr. Ola, let me now punch. Let me punch you. Let me punch you.
Don't punch me yet. Let me land. Don't punch me yet. You understand? See, I like objectivity. We cannot paint people in the negative only without mentioning it's positive. Telling me that
So I do agree with you that Awolowo was not a perfect man. Majority of people were upset with this kind of politics. I do agree with you. But what I'm telling you is that let us not turn democracy upside. We are getting the fundamentals wrong. Let us not turn democracy on its head and do it backwards and say it didn't work for us. Now, when you are
agreeing now is what they call democracy, different opinions.
Let me explain to you what I mean. Let me explain to you what I mean. Let me give you my own perspective what I mean.
Olumide, hold on. You are exactly behaving like a basher now because you want to silence my opinion. That's
no, I'm not silencing your opinion. I want to give you my own perspective. I want to punch a hole. I want to punch a hole in your perspective. Let me punch a hole.
Don't just accuse me that a person like me is the reason why Nigeria is what it is like this. You understand? You just that was.
I want to see the reason why you ask me what am I doing to change my country.
Yeah,
my contribution is to change people's your kind of perspective so that our younger generation, you understand, or even the older ones can begin to know the truth about what truly happened. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Let me punch a hole in your perspective. Awolowo was not a perfect human being, but he was a true Democrat. Why is that? He belonged to another party. He wanted.
Just want to welcome everyone on this special day.
Am I sensing some nerves?
It was just an accident.
I was drunk. How can you even trust her?
Why are you acting like you've never done anything bad? Please stop gossiping.
To the happy, carefree couple.
Do you want to start over?
The drama, rated R.
Commit treason. You understand? When Akitola was in peak, he could have stepped down, but they used the federal might to keep him there and then imprison Awolowo. So what I'm saying is that when you allow democracy to take shape the way it should take shape, if Awolowo was not a true Democrat, if Awolowo was like the kind of person Tinubu was, when the Midwestern region was disgruntled, they felt they were marginalized. They had a referendum. That was the only true referendum Nigeria had. They had a referendum and they broke away and they had a Midwestern region. Maybe if Nigeria had continued on that trajectory, today we would have had maybe 10, 12, 13 regions based on a true referendum, based on true democracy. When people lose fairly, when people know that they are accountable to the people in the next 3 to 4 years when the election cycle comes, and they don't have to rig, then we know that you have to go to the people and ask for their votes. And that election will truly count, and there won't be any to rig. But when people rig and steal money, because they know they want to come and steal the people's money and resources, and they tell us they fought for democracy, that is all crap. Awolowo was that based on history. Timothy Kankpa Boboyi, he wasn't a perfect human being. And when Yoruba but he was a true Democrat. Timo boy, to ba yin bo fe lo power to ni, to ba yin bo fe lo gbogbo àwọn resources and the power to ni, o no fe seize the power ni. Seize the power. But he was a true Democrat.
I simply ask you a question. Did Tinubu fight against the military government and restoration of democracy? It's a simple question. Did he?
I don't know what he did. I didn't see. I don't see any evidence in the papers. I don't see any evidence of what he did. What did he do to fight against the military? Did he write letters? I saw people like Ganifa were even talking and fighting. I saw people like Falano talking and fighting. But I don't know what Tinubu did. He was elected into this. He was elected in one of. I don't know if it's the Second Republic or the Third Republic as a senator. He was elected. I don't know what he did. What did he do?
Hold on, sir. Who did you vote for in 1993 to start with? Did you vote in 1993?
I didn't vote.
Okay, I understand.
I have never voted in Nigeria's election because when I was home, I knew they were rigging it.
No. Forget about whether they were rigging it. Even if you were in Nigeria, you didn't vote, and you didn't vote.
My election has never counted. My election has never. But I know from records that the only true election that counted was the Abiola election.
We used option A4
There's no way you can paint it to me, sir. Tinubu is not a Democrat. He's not a true Democrat. Don't come and paint him good yet. He's not a true Democrat. A true Democrat would not rig election.
Let me tell you one thing, sir. no matter how you raise the voice or you try to stand your ground, it cannot change the fact. Activities of Tinubu during the period we were fighting against Abacha.
I don't know what he did. What did he do? You tell me what he did. Educate me. What did he do?
I just told you what he did there. I said
what
it was
did, what, what did he do? What did he do?
Did I mention Radio Kudira? Did I mention that?
Radio Kudira about beats by what one at the Kolo Dale.
No, who was one of the sponsors on Adeco that time?
There were so many people who were part of Adeco.
So and the name of Tinubu was
okay, fine. So okay, my question to you now. My question to you now. My question to you now is that if Tinubu fought for democracy, does it then mean if Tinubu fought for democracy, does it then mean that he should continue to corrupt the democracy?
Hold on. If the purpose is for you to win the argument, no point of me.
I don't want to win any argument. I'm saying, don't give him a free pass. Don't give people who are not doing the society good a free pass.
Olumide, I don't do this. Let's just talk fact for fact. Forget about all this. This is how Una campaign against Jonathan, and you brought someone that imported terrorism.
There's nothing. The mistake you guys are making. Mr. Ola, the mistake there in got a understanding by the democracy and when you put in practice. That is the basis of democracy. You argue, you look for people's weaknesses to put forward before the electorate, so that you can end points and end their votes. You understand? There's nothing wrong in anybody campaigning. I don't belong to any party. I see myself as an independent. There's nothing wrong in campaigning against Jonathan and saying that Jonathan, you have not done, no matter how perfect. Today, Awolowo's legacy speaks for him. Despite the fact that you said he wasn't perfect during his own time, his legacy holds on till today. His legacy will speak for him. Your legacy will speak for you when you leave. But in elections, there's nothing wrong in looking for your candidate's weakness to bring him down. That is the work of opposition. In US today, no matter how, that is the work of. Let me finish now. You ask me a question. That is the work of opposition. You go to parliament in the UK. You go to parliament.
I want to.
That is the work of opposition. Leave opposition alone. But even something, let Tinubu leave opposition alone to campaign, to contest in a free and fair election.
Hold on, Mr. Olumide. I respect your perspective. You can have your own truth, but truth can never nullify facts. I want to know. Now, the thing I want you to know is this. If you don't know today, go.
The fact is that the man is a corrupt man. The man ran Lagos State. The man ran Lagos State for 25 years.
Guy,
when he was there for 8 years and through subordinates. Through subordinates. He ran it for 25 years. The only thing he did, they said he built Lagos. The only thing he did was to generate income through taxes, based on the fact that Lagos was already a state capital, Lagos state capital that was built by the military during the 60s and all the rest of it. I don't see anything new, because if you do an audit of all the money that these people have made since 1999, all the money they've generated,
I ask you if you want
and the infrastructure that they have built, it is nothing to show. It is nothing to show.
I ask you if you want to win arguments, and you say no. And I want to roll out.
I'm making my point now. I'm making my point. I don't know. You are the one telling me I'm winning you. And you are the one telling me I'm winning you.
Hold on. That's what we are trying to do, because you don't use your personal.
You are the one telling me that I am winning you. I'm making my point.
Hold on. Let me tell you. I said Tinubu fought for democracy, and allow me to defend myself.
I don't see any evidence of him fighting for democracy. There were so many people who were champions of democracy. So in that we are criticizing today was a champion. That if I was a champion. But even Falano, I'm criticizing him today, is a champion.
Mr. Olumide, sir. Uncle Ola, how are we going to do this?
I want to make my point, and he was just trying to
push. So Mr.
Can somebody come in and break,
let's do this, sir. Okay, Uncle Ola, can you take 2 minutes?
Yeah. When I told you,
reply.
when I told you that Tinubu fought for democracy, education is now democratized. You don't need to go and have PhD research to get all those stuff. Take your instrument there. You can look for academic journals and a lot of things and a lot of paper like Tell and all those things that existed at that time. And go and find your facts. Don't just use opinion because you can raise the frequency of your argument higher than myself, the decibel. That means you are saying you are talking about the facts. That's not factual.
Okay. Let us say for the sake of let us say for the sake of argument that
please continue.
I don't have time for this. No. Let us say for the sake of argument.
Mr. Olumide, we had an agreement, sir. We said that Uncle Ola would do 2 minutes. And then you respond. He also would not interrupt you, please. Let's go with that so that everybody can also hear. Uncle Ola, sorry, sir. Please continue.
Now, this man was a founding member of NADECO. He and all this son in this Afro man in Kaduna. You understand? And many of them, they were founding member of NADECO. And what's the function of NADECO? To fight against the military. Now, they now funded Radio Kudirat. And this man, Tinubu, was using his personal way to fund NADECO, and that included that Radio Kudirat that we're talking about. And this guy ran abroad just because they could not stay at home because Abacha was after them. Why would they run? Why would someone seek for asylum if he was okay in his country? Even when they traced this man to United Kingdom, when they want to find a way to pine him, he ran to the United States of America. Ask yourself, why was Abacha after him? Because he wanted to have a nice like dinner with him. Those fat idea. When you may not like someone, it does not mean that you should not be factual. Your conclusion is totally different, but you have to be factual. So that he didn't fight for democracy, all those things. That's why I asked you, what part did you said you talk? I said, okay, good. Me too, I'm talking. Me too, I'm talking just like you are talking. The reason I'm here is just to make sure that I put the facts straight. Your opinion, you may say I'm saying the truth. It's yours. But it's your truth factual. If your truth is not factual, then it's your opinion. But go online, pick academic journals, pick Tell, and those newspapers during those periods, you will see 6 copies of them online. And go and fact check whether this man fight for democracy. Don't use your opinion to run him down. That's all I want to say. Thank you,
Abby.
Sister.
Yes, sir.
Abby.
Thank you, Uncle Ola. Okay, Ms. Alumide, you can now respond. Thank you. Sir.
Okay, so I'm not trying to run him down. I don't have anything personal against Mr. Tinubu or Tinubu, as a matter of fact. So what I most desire, what I'm passionate about, is for my country to be properly run. You understand? I'm living outside of my country right now, and I see the way the country where I'm living is being run. And when things are not going well, you should be able to, and you want to be a leader of a country, you should be able to have a thick skin to be able to take criticism. So you understand? Let us say, for the sake of argument, that he fought for democracy. It was part of NADECO. He financed them. He did everything right. But what we are seeing today is not a good example of somebody who fought for.
The body that you have 90 days after you start is going to be the best body you've ever had in your life.
B90S.
Don't be afraid of muscle.
Extreme Home Fitness has been reignited. Same DNA, latest exercise science, extreme training for results you never thought were possible. I'm Wazza Shire, and this is P90X Generation Next.
We've seen all the flaws. We've seen the way they've made the beavers, the IREV not to work. You understand? And we are saying that what some of us are saying, or majority of us are saying, as a matter of fact, is that the only way to make people accountable is to allow people to choose their leaders in a free and fair election. You understand? I'm not just talking about the federal election. I'm not talking about presidential. I'm talking about state governors election. I'm talking about local government election. You want true leadership. You want to, for instance, local government elections, you want to attract true leadership. You understand? Look at the kind of people who are local government chairman, riffraffs, uneducated. They are imposed on the people. How can you have development? Some of the development that should touch the lives of the people should be initiated or should have been initiated through the local government level. You understand? But here you have federal disbursing money and sharing allocation, and state governors sitting down on local government allocation. We don't even know what we are practicing. You understand? And this was a man who you are claiming for Nadeco, and 2 years into the leadership, we don't even have any semblance of federalism. You understand? We don't have, he pretends as if he never fought for that democracy you are claiming he fought for. You understand? So what exactly is his reasoning for wanting to be president of that country? Is it to come and amass wealth? Is it to come and enrich a few people? Is it so? Whatever he's doing right now doesn't. What I am saying is that leave a good legacy. You understand? Awo left a good legacy. Awo was a true Democrat. If Awo was like him, from what we are seeing from 1999 to today, if Awo was like him, Awo's children should be people of influence in not just Yoruba politics, but in Nigerian politics.
Good
but
job.
what you are painting of him right now is not exactly what we are. You are just trying to whitewash a black. You understand? I don't see anything good in him. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Mr.
That's
Olumide.
not true, though. That's not true.
Thank you, Mr. Olumide. Uncle Ola, even though I want to start rounding up, but I see a very valuable point in what Mr. Olumide said about Tinubu. Not everything, but there are a couple of things he mentioned that resonated with me. Tinubu, frankly speaking, we cannot water down his effort in the Nigeria journey to democracy. But what Tinubu have done under 2 years of him being the president of Nigeria, Egbon, we the Yorubas, if we have to be honest, we know Tinubu did a terrible job by destroying democracy. Just because of just because of his own personal interest. Tinubu has ruined democracy. The very democracy he built, let's just be honest, he has ruined it. How? You see the way he destabilized every other political party in the country? Nigerians right now will not really know the impact of what Tinubu had done until after he finished his administration. By then, he would have grown. Maybe he could not even go where elderly people they go safe. And our children will be the one to cry for what Tinubu is doing currently. I've listened to a lot of my elderly people spoke in support of Tinubu. I have nothing against it. Tinubu is amazing. He has good policy. And if you heard me on your show this morning, Okola, Tinubu is like, he's moving 10 steps towards leading Nigeria to the promised land. Why he's taking 20 steps to draw the country back. And the two cannot coexist. You are claiming to be the champions of democracy, but at the same time, you are the one who is laying foundation of what whoever comes after your government, whatever all the tools, all the weapons they need to destroy Nigeria, Baba is laying it down now. By the time Tinubu regime comes to an end, all these folks you have in the House of Reps now, and some of them in the Senate, they are the one who will use this Tinubu template against us. I admit, Tinubu is really working, but at the same time, Baba is destroying the country with his own agenda. This is so wrong. Right now in Nigeria, we don't have opposition. Show me one country in developed world that really progress without opposition. He single-handedly destroy opposition. And then I listen to grown people, educated people every day. I listen to them on platform applauding him. It's like a game. Oh, you see what Tinubu is doing? It's politics. You got it. No. Tinubu is using his own hand to destroy his own legacy. Emma Wono, after I want him, he already won 2027. When he is done by 2031, most of the same Yoruba people that are praising him now, they will be the one to turn around and start cursing him. Mark my word. Because the moment
Uncle Bino, I want to, Uncle Bino, then in 2027, yeah. After that, 2027, I want to Mama Pariwo Yoruba Nation.
Okay, can I at least respond?
Hold on, Ola. Let me come in. Then you can take the
Okay,
whole,
good.
You can take
I
the
know,
whole
go ahead,
question
compare
at the same
facts.
time, because
Sorry, hold on, please. I see, sorry, comparable. I see my sister, Dr. Chandus. I see you are watching the Vaticals. Can you please exit and come to the main show? I just saw your comment now. You said the Tinubu of Nadeko era appears much different from what we are seeing now. God bless you. I will share the link to the main show so you can cross over. Go ahead, Mr. Comparable, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. Ola, so when it seemed like more of three people on one side to a different degree, then you're on the side of of the government. So let me come in, then you can take the question at the same time and conclude and show you are different. The person that just spoke, was the area I was gonna go of the Tinubu of the pro-democracy that we show no, when during the annulment of the election, of it was what's his name? Bwala. Then he came in and joined the pro-democracy. It's not that he formed Nadeko. He was one of the peer leader of that Nadeko. Then he went to exile. Right, that was a good move. But the problem we're having right now, forget about the policy. Some of the policies are good, so we can't take that away from him. But is the kind of democracy that that he's giving Nigeria right now, like UB said. In my own opinion, he's going to win the next election because this is what Nigeria is. But 2031 is going to be the turn of the North. You know how this Northerners behave. How he did it. But when the Northerners come, you're going to see how they're going to do the South. You're not going to have one position. Not even one position given to the South. The nepotism, Tinubu is repeating the same nepotism that Buhari did. That's one example. So what you're putting right now, remember, power is transit and the life is transit. That's going to happen. We need to be very careful what we are doing right now. Supporting whatever party we believe or whatever. Forgetting that.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, Uncle.
You see, one thing is this. We are talking of different things differently. But one thing I say is this.
So Finn provides detailed, personalized support to customers, quick responses. It's the first port of call for any customer who's wanting support.
Meet Finn, the #1 AI agent for customer service that automatically resolves up to 86% of queries with answers that feel human. Any channel, any language, 24/7. Learn more at fin.ai.
Because sometimes you have to look at what you say. You can be truthful, you can be factual, at the same time, come to the current reality at the same time. So when I told you that Tinubu fought for democracy, he was a founding member of Nadeko and all those stuff, I stand by it. Now, the thing is this. When people say Tinubu of today, it depends on what everybody expects from Tinubu. Me, when I told people that I'm tribal, I know exactly what I say because I don't want people to blackmail me with the word, oh, you're tribalistic. Yeah, I'm tribal. America is tribal. That's why they are fighting Iraq. I'm tribal. That's why I want Yoruba nation. Israel is tribal. That's why they are fighting against the enemy. People should understand this and all this kind of fanciful English that we throw around. We should be very careful and don't stand politically correct. So this is the thing. When you say Tinubu is not performing, it depends on you, it depends on your expectation. You understand? When you talk of power, I said he overpromised. Nobody today at the talk. Now, I was expecting state police. Is he doing that? I was expecting some kind of a devolution of power. Let's see how far I can go with that. Local government autonomy, is he pursuing that? Is that part of the restructuring we're expecting? Is he doing that? So the thing is this. If someone promised 200 program, and I'll be expecting him to perform that 200 program, then I'm not being realistic. Then I want to be like an idealist. It doesn't work that way for me.
Mr. you see, that is where I disagree with you again.
Did I interrupt you? Did I interrupt
no,
you?
you are responding to somebody's. You are responding
I
to.
didn't mention your name. Please don't disrupt.
I didn't. So I'm sorry. I have to disagree with you there because you are feeding people false information.
Then Uncle Ben, I think I've tried. I'm not talking again.
So because you forget to remember the fact that you don't live in a tribal country. Nigeria is not a tribal country. Nigeria is made up of different ethnic groups, over 300 ethnic groups, and you have to treat everybody fairly. You can see how bigoted you are. Your views
are. I don't care if you.
You don't care. That is why the country is in a shithole that it is right now. Because of bigoted people like you. And yet you stay in America where they treat you fair, where they treat you well with equality.
Get the clap of everyone.
You understand? And then we are saying nobody is telling Tinubu to fulfill all of his promises. What people are saying is that allow a free and fair election and get the hell out in 2027.
Guy, listen.
Get the hell out in 2027. Allow a free and fair election in 2027 and get out.
I don't pan to popular opinion. And Uncle Ben, you should be able to allow this guy to stop and let me.
Who says your opinion is popular?
We can't.
When did I tell you? I never told you my popular. I said I don't pan to popular opinion. You dance to popular opinion. That's yours. I will say my own, even if it's not popular. That's me for you. Let everybody clap for you, and let everybody say I'm saying rubbish. I'm going to say that rubbish to the end. Otherwise, I keep quiet and let you.
You stay abroad, you enjoy the benefits of the justice and fair society, and then you are championing a bigoted society. A tribal society.
1 second, please. Can I just say that we actually respect everyone's opinion? Let everyone land their points, and then we can. Because remember, Mr. Olumide, you literally said that your contribution to Nigerian politics and the state of Nigeria is coming on platforms like this to educate. We can't be educated if we can't even understand or hear because we're speaking over each other. So please let's respect each other's opinions and let's let people land before we pick up. Thank you, sir. Uncle Ola, please, let's do the same system, 2 minutes, and then Mr. Olumide responds.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Let me tell you something. Yeah, everybody say people like this man should not be here. Yeah, you are free. You are free. Clap for yourself. See, I invite those 8. Please come on. You can bring it on. I will say my own. I don't pan to popular opinion. I don't say something for you to hail me. Don't worry. Don't hail. Just stay there. That's not my problem. I like to speak to the facts on ground. The question is this: many people don't even understand what they expect from this government. Anybody comparable fact, if you know me, I've been one of the avid critics of Tinubu. I only supported Tinubu when I had theory alternative. Who was my first choice? If you remember, comparable fact, Pastor Bakari. Then who was my second choice? Oshiba Ajo. But when we now skinned it into 3 people, I picked Tinubu above Obi and anyone else. And I don't have any apology for that. Now, the point is this, what I want you to know is this, I have my own expectation, you understand, from Tinubu. And one of those expectations is number 1, is structuring. I told you, I'm Yoruba because there's a land called Yoruba. And I know someone the other time that was trying as much as possible to grab land and give to his people. They started from trying to repeal the Land Use Act. It didn't work. They moved to water resources. It didn't work. They moved to Ruga. It didn't work. Now some people say, okay, they want indigenship bill, and they are still fighting on that. People do not really try to find out why are some people desperate to do that. So you want to bring someone now from Mali and go because he has lived maybe 10 years in Ekiti. Now you want to make in Ekiti indigene. No, I'm not going to accept that rubbish. That I woke up in 50 years' time and every boy will now be later with Fulani. I don't do that. Now, the question is this. Now, I now say, okay, I want to go for Tinubu. For what purpose? Number 1, this guy, right from when he was a governor, he was fighting for this electricity to be decentralized when he brought this Aaron. You understand? Now, the fight from that place, you understand? See, now, as of 2023 now, we now have that electricity act that now move away from the exclusive list. You know how long it took us? Then some people fought for Petroleum Industry Act. It materialized in 2021, right? And we are now having different things now. So this guy I'll be fighting for something like all these local governments and whatever. We now have local government autonomy. We are going to have state police now. See, those state police already is okay for me in the sense that even at that 2031, as long as you can make state police in such a way that they can have their rifle, they can prosecute criminals, that they will not arrest terrorists in Ekiti and you not say bring him to Abuja. No, as long as you can do all those things, that's one of those things I'm expecting. You understand? That's one of those things. So thinking that you will have 200 programs and I'll be expecting those 200 programs to be implemented by a single person, it's for you. Anybody that knows me very well, I have my own well-defined expectation from any government. I have my own clear expectation. I don't know your expectation. I'm speaking to my own expectation. So to me, I might say Tinubu is 100%. Of course, anybody that's listening to me, you know that that's not my point. I'm not giving him excellent. I'm only speaking to what I expect from him.
Okay, Mr. Can I respond now?
Please go ahead.
Okay. So I think our standards are quite different. Maybe my standard is different from your standards. You said it clearly that the way you look at issues are different from the way some of us look at issues. So that has brought me to the conclusion that our standards are quite different. I think my standard, I will probably say, is a very high standard. I'm sorry to say, it's a very, very high standard. I believe especially because of the kind of person I am, maybe by the virtue of my profession, maybe by the virtue of the kind of my culture.
Ordering food for work used to mean stacks of receipts and spreadsheets. But with EasyCater, all that paperwork isn't even work anymore. View orders, access receipts, track expenses, all in one place. Now that's a tasty solution.
Start an order at easycater.com.
Ourselves equally. So the other day we were having a discussion with somebody from the Middle Belt, and he was saying that he was supporting the fact that Nigeria's election was being decided by a certain cabal, and he was comparing to the American system, the electoral college, that in America too, the electoral college system. So that person was speaking out of ignorance. And I say, but a certain cabal determining who should rule the country, either from one part of the country or the other part of the country, or who should win the election, regardless of who truly won the election, is not electoral college. Because it's your ignorance of what the American system is all about, because it's still based on numbers attached to certain electoral districts. You understand? But God has given us a perfect electoral college system. What better electoral college system can any country, or most African countries, not even Nigeria, have than a multi-ethnic society of over 300 ethnic groups, where one man will go and argue. If you agree that, okay, let one person from the South be the president for the next 8 years. Let somebody from the North be the president for the next 8 years. Choose people from the best of that region. Let them go and argue before the all 300 ethnic groups what they plan to do for the people. And let that truly reflect in the electoral process. But when you rig election and you impose people from local government level to the state government level to the local council level to the presidential level, how can you see, and then you promise people fake promises, you tell them 300 things and you can't even achieve one thing. And the very basic thing, okay, fine, he can't fulfill 200 electoral promises. You don't expect him to do that. You are being realistic. But the very basic sanctity of life, security, he can't give to the people. Most of these people that are dying every day in all these nook and crannies don't have light. They don't have schools. They don't have hospitals. They don't have infrastructures. All they are asking for is the free air that the good Lord up there has given them to breathe, to go to their farm and somebody will come and kill them. And there's no protection, there's no security, there's no answer. And then you are defending what is not defendable. My own standards are high. I'm sorry to say.
Okay,
my standards are high.
Now, this is kind of subtle blackmail that I used to tell you that I don't fall for, because I don't know where you got the point that I'm defending. I only stated the fact that Tinubu fought for democracy. How is that me? How is that? So how am I defending insecurity or whatever? Let us know how to scope whatever we are saying.
You mentioned that he promised 200 things now, and you don't expect him to do everything. And I'm saying that, okay, don't do everything, but secure people's lives now.
Hold on now.
I'm buttressing your point, sir.
Let me speak, sir. Let me speak. Now, see, if you don't know, I'm a Yoruba agitator. I don't believe in the structure we have presently, because we still have some people that think Nigeria belongs to their father and they have to capture everybody. Why is it that they're trying to capture everybody? Just because they think they have federal might. So the one you are seeing now, you've not seen anything, no. If they don't give state police and all those things before 2031, you've not seen anything. If comparable fact is said, I'll be one of those people that shouted on top of my voice on all these state police and all those things. I was one of those people that came out after listening to Femi Falana, who said even the governors, they failed. Because even before Amotekun, we should have had a forest guard, because those forest guard issue was under the state. Why grain of Amanku only Olopago, Ashogo?
You're not understanding where I'm coming from.
No, Olumide, the challenge I have with you here is that you don't let me speak when I speak and you interject, I allow you to conclude. Let me just run my commentary. Please, I beg of you. Now, my expectation has always been, you understand, I want us to go back, if not everything, to what we used to have. Number one, I believe in resource control. And by the word resource control, it's not limited to your natural resources only. Even the tax you collect, the industry you build within your state, the way you license people that work within your territory, all those things are part of resource control. Even the way you control your water resources, you do your irrigation in such a way that for some crop that you can plant 365, you do all those stuff. That's you understand? When I was explaining this thing, I started making reference to like a Ikunderi farm, all those Fashola farm that used to be project of Western region. So what I've said over and over is this: I want devolution in such a way that we don't depend on that central. Anything that is on that central location that is holding us back, I don't want it. That's why I focus so much on that security. If I secure my southwest, you understand, I can now focus whether I want to do agriculture and I want to do irrigation 365 days. But you should give me that power to chase some kind of evil men away from my forest. You don't tell me how I'm going to chase your terrorists away from my forest. Those are the things that concern me. All this one you want food to sell for maybe a plate of food for 1 kobo. Assuming it happens now, when some rogue, whenever they arrive, it's not going to happen. Trace what happened during the Obasanjo period. Obasanjo restored middle class. What happened immediately? This thing got to our brothers in the north. What happened? They destroyed all those legacy. Nigeria was using almost 100% to pay debt.
Okay, Mr. Ala, can I respond?
Oh my goodness.
You said can I just want to respond.
Okay,
So I want to respond. See, you are going exactly where I'm going to now. You mentioned Obasanjo now. You see why I told you that I'm very upset with Obasanjo? You see why I told you, I said, even though Obasanjo is an Egba man like me, I'm an Egba man, I'm from Ake. Obasanjo is an Egba man from Owu, that I'm very upset with that man, and that man would never have a good record in my memory, or even my own children, better than Awolowo for the rest of my life that I live on this earth. I will always speak good of Awolowo better than him. Even though he's an Egba man, I'm not proud of him at all. Because number one, it laid a very bad legacy and foundation. That is what I'm talking about. You are going there now. What I am begging Tinubu to do is to please not rig 2027 election. Whatever, if he doesn't want, if he likes, he cannot even let him not even achieve any of his 200 promises. Let him not achieve any of his 200 promises.
It has been ringed already. It is ringed already, sir.
That's what we are saying. That's exactly where me I'm trying to make Mr. Ola understand that
You are creeping
you
the
can't.
scope.
You no matter how many policy, no matter how many policy or law you make, you keep bringing election. You can't have changes. You can't have
I focus
sincerity
on
of
a
purpose.
topic. I focus on a topic at once. I don't jump over 30 topics at once. You are creeping the scope. I maintain the scope. I'm talking about democracy and how our structure should run, but you are talking of moral.
I'm saying that we don't have true democracy. That's what I'm telling you. We don't have a free and fair election. How can you? That is the true foundation of democracy. Those are the principles upon which democracy. How can you have changes? How can you have a civilized, modern, developed infrastructure when you don't have when you don't have true accountability? That true accountability is where that would drive that change.
Guy,
you are picking it from. You want to pick it from.
I don't speak fanciful grammar just for the sake of
that is. I'm sorry. That is where I please blame my parents who educated me. Who make sure I was there.
No. Don't go personal. Don't go personal. I don't do that, please. Don't go personal.
So what I'm trying to let you know, is that you can't start. So for instance, look at the tax reform. That tax reform, for instance, is dead, is something that is going to create problems later on in the future. You understand? He himself knows, but he's trying to play smart with the knot. You don't need to play smart with it. If you let us sit down and negotiate, gather all the 300 groups together. Let's make a new constitution. Let's build a new foundation. Don't do it from the back door.
You know the difficulty I have in the engagement is this: you are jumping from one scope. You jump from this is phone, the next thing pencil.
I'm tackling what you are bringing up. It is what you are bringing up that I am tackling.
No, I can't be doing calculus and be doing trigonometry.
I'm not jumping all over the place with you. You are the one. You are the one bringing. The crux. One sentence. The crux of my whole issue is that no matter what he's doing now, the minimum foundation for a true democracy, for you to develop a society, is to allow for a free and fair election at all levels, presidential, state, and local government. No matter if you don't do that, bring the policies from heaven, it won't work. Bring Jesus, it not go work.
Okay, I don't hear you. So let me tell you something, my brother. I settle for the structure of the country. Hear me very well. When I told you that I'm a Yoruba nation promoter, I'm not stupid. We are not going to get a Yoruba nation tomorrow.
I don't want to be in a Yoruba nation where people like you, think.
Mr. Olumide, you keep interrupting, and I don't think it's fair. People let you land, but you don't let people land. Please, sir, it can't work.
And this saluta you are doing to me. I mean, student union or something. I did deadly in time when they come to all this saluta. Get that voice past me. We are not a gentle guy at all. I'm a street guy, street fighter.
Are you feeling my heat?
No, I'm not feeling your heat. You just want to educate yourself, but you think you have you have that monopoly of violence. No, you don't. If I scatter things now only Uncle Beno are the pity. I can shout very well. I can tantrum.
I don't even tired now, Steph. Nigeria while I won't kill me.
You don't have the monopoly of this you are doing.
When it's cold out, step into Irving Arts Center. Creativity feels warmer here. Art rekindles inspiration, and live performances light up your night. This season, find yourself in Irving.
Said anything that I'm taking on from you.
Hey,
you don't know. Yeah, of course, you are not shaking me because you are jumping from scope to another scope. Let us stay. Why I want Yoruba nation is just because of the structure of that country. I told you, even if you have Buhari there tomorrow, whatever Buhari is doing at the center, I don't want it to affect me in the Southwest. Buhari brought his kidnappers to Nigeria and terrorists to Nigeria, but you are not allowing Amotekun to hold rifle. You are not allowing the region to defend themselves. You are destroying people's farm. I say I don't want that type of structure. So what do I want from this democracy? I want my state police, so that if you commit any crime within my state, we deal with you with that. Say nobody is taking you to Abuja. If we need to pie you within Southwest, we pie you, we pie terrorists, we do all those stuff. We are not in the Southwest.
You don't verse for the first time, Okola. You know the verse like this.
No. This is what I've been saying. I've been campaigning for all these state police even before. Not be today now. I don't want a situation whereby someone will be intervening and be overriding the security situation in my country. That is what I want. So is Tinubu giving me that state police now? Yes. You are thinking that, okay, you want to be buying food for 1 kobo. Yes, that's your own. You are correct. But I'm saying this thing happened in the past. Some people will come and reverse it. I don't want that. I need something concrete. If I have security in the West, in the Southwest, my farmers will be able to go to the farm. The women, they will be able to work anytime without the fear of someone going, carry them and take them away, all those stuff. Those are the things I'm fighting for. I want to build the economy of my region. So give me the security. Let me build the security of my region. Then I will build my economy. That has been my argument in all this. But that Tinubu is this and they. See, if you like, get election when they no rig at all. Election made in heaven. If you made election made in heaven and you give it to Buhari, what's the result you have between 2015 and 2023 is what you are still going to have. That you have free and fair election does not mean you are going to vote the right person. You can vote the worst person on the surface. But a structure, it's like you are building the institution. You build the institution at the government level, you regionalize. Why was Awolowo able to perform what he was performing? Because he was the champion of the region. You were able to do whatever you were going to do in your region, while other regions were doing whatever they were doing. That's what I want. But you say, okay, they should not regulate.
But Mr. Ola, you see, now you are beginning to go where I'm going. You see what you see now. You see why? Let me.
That's what they call active listening. That's what they call active listening. When you don't do active listening, you don't jump just to win popular opinion. That's where the problem is.
Let me say why you you have gone to where I'm going.
I'm not saying what you are saying. I know what you are saying, and I know what I'm saying. I know.
So where we differ is the modality for choosing the leadership.
I know.
Understand? The modality.
No.
So you don't believe you don't believe in a free and fair election. You believe that certain people should be chosen and then we should just follow them. That's what you believe.
Yeah, you know that's your own conclusion. That's your own interpretation. See, I'm not responsible for how you interpret whatever I say. But when you don't understand what I'm saying, it is good.
But that's what you're implying.
For you to ask me the right question, then I will respond to you. But if yours is just to bust my point and raise your voice so that you get applause for the crowd, good. I'm not going that.
I'm not looking for applause. I'm just trying to make sense here. You understand?
I'm experienced enough to know those.
As a science student and as a scientist, I'm just trying to be logical that you can't.
I'm experienced enough to know those people that want to win people emotion and to get applause. Don't tell me that. You understand? I've been arguing for years, so it's not today. So I'm experiencing this.
So for me, it's clear to me that so even the Awo that you mentioned, that's what I'm saying. Even the Awo that you mentioned, there was an election. They won a free and fair election. His party won the majority in the Western region, and he was able to deliver on all the campaign promises. You understand? And what we are having in Nigeria is not the true situation. The people's choice have not truly reflected in the country is what we are saying. And when somebody who is not prepared for leadership forces himself on the people and rigs the election and wants to come and champion ethnic politics, you understand? You can't achieve much.
You are still getting it wrong. Okay, so let me just make this statement. You funded the fair court, and that court, you understand, comprises carnivores and the normal herbivore. Well, you know that you still get caught and you put a lion and a structure that favors lions. The lion will be your chief judge, and you are now telling you now to go to that court of lions for go to explain why lions should not making using for the dinner, and you say you want the thing to work. We are telling you that the structure in Nigeria itself is faulty. Even if you voted for the best person, the saint in that country, the structure of that country will not let that person perform.
Okay,
This
but
regime that you are talking
but what
All
we are
right,
saying
let
is
me know.
that the way and the methodology that this person
That's why I want my region. I will carry my nonsense
All
into
right,
my region. I'll be fighting my region. I don't want to be fighting your Abuja. That's what I'm telling you. I want to make my
thank
region
you.
viable. So if you like, go and do whatever you like in your region.
Thank you, Mr. Ola and Mr. Olumide. I know we are all passionate about Nigeria, and that is why anytime Nigeria is the topic, everybody kind of like somehow get emotional about it. But I want to appreciate Uncle Ola. Uncle Ola, you know I love you. That's why I'm following your footstep.
No, I don't hear me. I don't hear me. I enjoy your platform. That's why I come.
Uncle Bino, let me just react to Yinku's Pepe Talks. Yinku's Pepe Talks is deep, oh. People are dying every day. Oh. This thing is deep, oh.
Mr. Olumide, thank you very much for coming to our platform. Honestly speaking, we've been running this platform for almost 2 years now, and our demography here is a little bit different. We have a lot of scholars on this platform, so many professionals, and majority of them are even living in diaspora. But over here, where we come like this, we sometimes we cash cruise. We just react to trending issues, we laugh, and then we try to extract lessons. And this political roundtable topic, I used to do a lot of political roundtable. Even as at last month, I did a lot of it. But once I discovered that Nigerians are getting too emotional about it, and almost every time, buzz, they happen, I decided not to do political roundtable. In fact, I've already moved it to one of my YouTube channel. It's just because the channel is having live stream disabled. So I'm still working on it. But I just want you all to know that I appreciate you coming here. Now, for us to be able to round up, I'm going to take some comment from the chat because the conversation we are having, people are actually responding to them in the chat. And I don't want them to be left out. So I will take some comments. We might react to some of those comments, and then I will play the rest of the Bwala Wahala, and we will call it a day. So let me just take it, starting from Sister Yinka. So Sister Yinka say, this is the internet. We cannot be out here dragging one another like it's a family battle. It's not that deep. And of course, Mr. Alumide says it's deep. Sister Timilade said, most Nigerians, including those of us in diaspora, have made.
My name is Ken Martin. I was diagnosed with HIV in 1993, given 5 years to live. I thought that I was going to die. I stayed with my drug regimen, and then all of a sudden they couldn't find the virus in my body. I felt free for the first time in many years. I felt that I had hope. Have been undetectable now for 20 years. You can help end the HIV epidemic in Austin.
Of your social status. But anytime it comes to Nigeria, we are always trying to over-explain it. And that is what I don't understand. We want Nigeria to be developed. We want Nigeria to have all the amenities, the infrastructures that we are now enjoying here in the diaspora. But anytime we are trying to reason to say, hey, look, maybe if we should put pressure on these politicians, they will act right. We are still going to find some individual that will feel like, no. What they are doing right now is the best approach. So I quite agree with you, Sister Temi. Sister Rose, I heard Namibia and Rwanda is nice. I relocate over there. I'll be watching from my 24 hours electricity, drinking my Zobo while listening to you all still argue about electricity. Sister Rose, honestly, this conversation about electricity don't tire me. That is shameful. It is disgraceful. And to be honest, whether you are APC, PDP, or whatever you are in Nigeria, you are all a bunch of disgrace for the fact that since 1999 till date, we are still struggling with electricity. That doesn't look well on us at all. And Uncle Ola, these are some of the things I used to say, that when it comes to we criticizing government, let's not look at it like, oh, we are criticizing Tinubu or Buhari or something. No, it's because these folks has failed to deliver. Look at Burkina Faso, for instance. The progress Burkina Faso has made since Traore came in till now, they haven't made that progress in the last 20-something years. And that is where we are supposed to be right now as Nigerians. I don't see progress. Honestly speaking, I don't see progress. But that is just by the way. Sister Temi said, very sad and infuriating to see that most Nigerians have mediocre and lack standards for type of country and government that we needed. Sister Temi, who give you the kunu where you dey sip this evening? You are just dropping gems. Shout out to my lovely sister, Dr. Chandus. Dr. Chandus said, very hard to defend this government. Absolutely. Now, I quite understand the people that defend this government. Even me, I defend them at times, but I've always made my points known. We have to recognize and appreciate the progress they are making. And at the same time, I think it is within our right to criticize their shortcomings. This present government, this present Tinubu government, they have really made some progress. Let's be honest. The problem is, from my own perspective, most of the progress made by the present Tinubu administration seems to favor the elites more than the vast majority of poor Nigerians. But again, we are not in government. Tinubu and his team are the one who actually looking at the entire situation of the country. And if Tinubu and his team decided that, okay, whatever course of action they embark upon right now, it is the best for the country, I think from their own perspective, they believe they are doing the right thing. But for us that we are watching and we are observing what the common man is dealing with in the country, it's still within our right to say, hey, yes, all this you're traveling up and down, going from one meeting or one whatever program you are dealing with abroad, saying you are trying to get foreign investors and all of that into the country. It's okay, but listen, people have to be alive first for you to take the credit for whatever effort you are making right now. And that is one of the things we're trying to point out. All right. So Unique said, to be honest, I wasn't brought up with hatred. I'm a Northerner, yet both of my parents were raised on Igbo and Yoruba land, different religion. And I am a product of a united Nigeria. Absolutely. That is the product of majority of us. I feel sorry for Gen Z. Abinoverse, this is where I come for your generation. I know that many Gen Zs right now, they really don't get to see the Nigeria that works. Even my generation, we do not really enjoy most of the Nigerian that works, but at least we were very, very young at that time and we see a functioning country. I still remember, and I said it on our show here, I still remember that in our house in Orile Igamu, back then, around 1983 all the way to 1985, 86, we used to turn off our refrigerator so it can defrost. Because electricity was constant. But right now, the children we have now, they grow up with generator. That is why their head no the correct self. Because generator don't yes, now be that is why you come here, they fight me every day. Because na generator you take grow. That noise, woo, 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 wah, 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 that's what you grow with. So I see the point you are making there, Unique. God bless you. Sister Rose say, replying to Unique, say, I'm not tribalistic either, but I don't know anymore. Absolutely. Dr. Shandu said, in any progress felt, okay, is any progress not felt by everyday Nigerians truly progress? Excellent question, honestly. And she said, the failures are too glaring, even as basic as security, high taxes, but no visible changes. Absolutely. Dr. Chandus also said, while it may sound noble to be loyal to our tribal sentiments, the truth remains that our democracy has been bastardized. Did anyone follow the Abuja election? My sister, I follow a lot of political platform on YouTube, and sometimes when I listen to the conversation they are having in some of those platforms, it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart that people who are actually educated, who should know better, they are still kind of wallowing in their biases. You know, I used to feel like those of us Nigerians who lives in the diaspora, where we actually create our own world, which was actually made possible by the facilities and infrastructures we enjoy. I thought we are supposed to be objective when it comes to talking about what's going on in Nigeria. And one of the things that baffles me mostly when I go to many of these platforms is that the people who are either defending the government of the day or those criticizing the government of the day, and they live in abroad, you don't really have anything to gain. So why don't you just say the truth? But you know, tribal and religious bigotry will not let us open our eyes and see what is really going on. By the way, I think Dr. Shandus, you live in Nigeria, right? Please, if you are still watching, let me know that you live in Nigeria. You know, I was watching, I saw a content recently where this content creator was asking Nigerian doctors how much they earn as salary. And I think some of them say they earn about 300,000 naira. And in my head, I kind of asking myself, 300,000 naira in an economy like Nigeria for a medical doctor, for crying out sake. If a medical doctor earns less than 2 million naira in Nigeria, we are supposed to be questioning the government. But there they are, 300,000 naira. I shake my head. Even
the body that you have 90 days after you start is going to be the best body you've ever had in your life.
a week, that guy still a clock around $1,000 a month, which is equivalent to around 1.3 something million naira in Nigeria. How much more a medical doctor? Even me, when they talk as a nurse like this, when I hear that, I shake my head. It's almost as if my salary can pay, no be to brag, not bragging. My salary can pay more than 15 doctors' salary in Nigeria, and I'm just a nurse. So I'm saying this for us to realize where we are right now. And yet, politicians in the House of Assembly and in the Senate, they are sitting down doing nothing and cutting away millions upon millions every freaking month. When we are supposed to be holding these politicians' feet to the fire to get them to do the right thing. Yet, we that we know better, we are still defending what the government is doing. Okay, so it's just so disheartening. Unique said, it's shocking to me how much hate exists. I was raised to love everyone. If unity isn't working, then maybe it's time to regionalize, diversify, and control each border. I actually supported this. Mr. Ola, you heard me on your platform, which day, I think 2 days ago when I was there. As it is right now, if you ask me, men they share that country, make everybody go their way. Let the West go with their, what did they call ourselves, Oduduwa. Let the one we won't be Biafra go be Biafra. Arewa, do your Arewa. May we get peace. Our being together, it no favor anybody as it is right now. It only favors the people who are using all of us. They are using us. The reason you have the Akpabio and all of these people who are rich, they are bastardly rich. The reason you have all of them is because we all came together under this line thing, under this contraction we called Nigeria. They only want that name Nigeria to be in existence because it favors them. But when you look at the rest of us, it doesn't favor nobody. I've heard this conversation when people talk about, resource control, America is coming, they are going to steal our resources. I ask myself all the time, these freaking resources you guys are talking about, how does it benefit us? And like I've always said, I'm from the street. I don't like to say that I'm from humble background, because when you say, oh, I'm from humble background, you still a painter and color be that. I am from the street. Nothing. I struggle to become somebody in Nigeria, even here in abroad. I say it all the time. I am proud of myself that I was able to break through in Nigeria, make millions in Nigeria before I come to the US. But those millions doesn't come easy. It was all the way from the street. Even right now, I have to sometimes preach to myself to calm down, because the street has been ingrained in me that I struggle to fit into the American environment. Because you know why? In Nigeria, now war, to survive on a day-to-day basis, when you don't have connection, you are not born with silver spoon. It's a war every day. So when you grow up, you literally have that thing in you. You always want to fight every time, because we grow up struggling. So I do ask myself, and I want to ask anybody out there now, if you are from the street or you are from a humble background, tell me how exactly the Nigerian resources has favored you. Just tell me. I came over to the United States and I see a system that works. I see a system that values human lives. I see a system whereby even when you born your own pikin, if that pikin be even 1 month old, you neglect the pikin or you are careless, something happened to that pikin, the pikin kpai, the government go hold your neck. Now your own pikin, government go hold your neck. May you can't explain how you take waka with this pikin kpai, and yet in our own country, an individual from the north, we say he's fighting for GI, he's doing this, he will go and unalive thousands of people, and then we come to social media, we go to TV stations, and we rationalize it. Uncle Ola, I'm so sorry. These are one of the reasons why I really don't respect our current first lady that much. Because anytime they fuck up, that woman will come up and then people will start saying, oh, he's a pastor, and I keep asking myself, how does that relate to what we're talking about? So please, I get it. I don't want to lose my shit. And that is why I say, I don't want to do political roundtable, because you can't discuss Nigeria, make you know verse. You see how many times my brothers now, Uncle Lumide and Uncle Ola, you see how they don't go back and forth here. These are men living comfortably. Oh, they are okay. Oh, they're not even in Nigeria money. Oh, but for you to know how much we are passionate about our country, anytime the conversation come up, we are all of us the parani, because now we know better. Do you know the people who think we don't know better? The politicians. They think we are still living in the 70s. That's the way I see them treating us, like we don't know jack. So these are the problems. Our sister Rose say the tax is for the French. The AES kicked the French out, so they need a new money source. Oh, that is a conversation for another day. Sister Yinku said, these politicians are out here chopping all our money while we are here dragging one another and interrupting others. Okay, I think that was when the Bass Boost was going. Dr. Shadu said there are over 250 early groups in Nigeria. Those are part of our problem. That our diverse ethnicity is even another bigger problem we are dealing with. Sister Tim is a student union that Tinubu and Sheyi, his son, have destroyed across higher institutions. I support that 100%. Those are some of the things I really don't like about Sheyi Tinubu. But it is what it is. Dr. Sharon said state policing is actually the way to go. Though, yeah, I think, Uncle Ola, you were having this conversation on your platform which day about state police. And when you asked me to speak, I say for me, I don't really support that state policing idea. Uncle Ola, briefly, do you want to tell us how this state policing can really turn around the fate of Nigerians right now, with respect to the insecurity we are dealing with, sir?
Okay, now just imagine you have state police in Benue and Plateau.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think some people will go and carry one Fulani from Jalon from Mali to come and overrun them there and displace them? You know, when you go to Benue, you see some people in different IDP camp now. You understand, and you see now foreign people now marching on their land, just because number one, Buhari and Buhari and his kinsmen were in control of the federal security architecture. You understand?
Yeah.
So by the time Autumn was shouting that time, you know, they were looking for a way to get license to carry automatic rifle to defend their territory, but the federal government was not responding. Whereas Meitiala was carrying the same thing. Now, so if you look at that situation, so they won't be able to come and displace people because those people, they will use the state police to secure themselves. Look at where, you know, it was because of the same issue when the federal police and the military and the federal security architecture was unable to protect on the southwest region. That was why they formed Amotekun. Immediately they formed Amotekun, who were the loudest voice. They made ATL, all those Fulani people. Among the Ebira were not shouting, you were outside not shouting, but always the Fulani people that were the major terrorists in the country, they were the ones shouting. So that is why we need that state police. So if you have state police, you understand, and they are not displacing people in Benue, those people will be in their house, they'll be in their farm, and they'll be
The results that we've seen at the moment are amazing. Takes a lot of stress off the team.
Meet Finn, the #1 AI agent for customer service that automatically resolves up to 86% of queries with answers that feel human. Any channel, any language, 24/7. Learn more at fin.ai.
I want state police is doing that. I want local government autonomy is doing that. You understand? So nothing concerns me about whether Tinubu shop your money. Just give me that first, that security first, then I will go and develop my region. So I support it 100%.
All right, thank you. It makes sense now that you explain it, because when I was on your platform, I told people, I say, oh, state police, we counter Boko Haram or something, and I just feel like, I don't think that's gonna work. But anyway, shout out to Suki Global. Suki Global said, Nigerians politicians are greedy. They do politics for personal reward. Let Nigerians know we have bad leaders because of our selfish reasons. We all sell our consciousness during elections. I think those are for the people living in Nigeria. Mr. Roseben, what progress can you enumerate? Okay. Suki also say progress cannot come to Nigeria political arena now because electorates are corrupt themselves. Everybody wants steal at every opportunity. Our airport speak volumes. I know my brother. Oh, wow. Mr. Suki left a lot of comment, but I got to move faster now. Unique, my lovely sister. Unique said, Uncle Yubi, can I briefly, 2 minutes, come up and make a submission? Understand if my request can. Oh, sorry, I'm just saying this. So it be like say Abby don't sleep. Sorry, guys. Abby is in the UK. Bedtime has passed gone. I just hold her down because I don't understand the bars boost we were having earlier. I dropped the link for those who want to come in. Unique, I'm so sorry. I'm just seeing that right now. Okay. Mr. Rose said their job is to touch women in the Senate inappropriate. Mr. Rose, leave me, I beg. It's like you could say exactly, UB. There is nothing the government has done that deserving any applause from Nigerians. Absolutely. Uncle was responding to Dr. Shandu. Uncle said everyone is one way or the other tribal. However, I now use the phrase "I am tribal" to discard cheap blackmail. Yeah, I get what you are saying too, Okola. I do the same too. Sometimes when I want to speak on some issues, I usually tell people that, hey, I'm a Yoruba and I'm proud of my heritage. Oh. If you come to your turn, if you be Igbo, you be Hausa, tell people say you are not proud of yourself. But for me, I'm a Yoruba, I'm proud of where I come from, and I'm going to speak. And I usually say that for those who will say, oh, see this Yoruba by God, I really don't care. My thing is, I just want fairness. I want everybody to be treated with fairness. That's all. Sister Temi said, Nigerian government, both states and federal government, are not supporting small businesses, SMEs and science and technologies, as well as research institute together with agriculture. That one, do they even have budget for that? Uncle Ola, should they get budget for SME for Nigeria, so, and all this research and development stuff? I'm not even sure all this one they come up with their budget anymore.
No, I think they guess more small, but one problem in Nigeria sometimes is this: if you don't scrutinize that budget very well, they are just budgets put there for people to just pocket to. So
I know.
no,
Crazy.
Yeah.
It is
So,
crazy,
don't-
man. It's crazy. Sister Yinka say, even with the split of the country, they will still fight among us. Absolutely. Now that one, I myself, I won't watch. Now that one, the drama goes sweet. You know, like Dr. Shandu said earlier, we have 250 early groups. Even if we go our different way now, hey, ooh, the people with me, I just think, say they go feel work together to some extent. Maybe the Westerners. Maybe now then go feel somehow manage work together as more. But fight go still day. Ijebu man go still tell you say they better pass Lagos. Lagos go tell you say, oh, now we own Nigeria, now we get money pass, now we go determine. And then you go see people from Ife. Ife people go tell you this is where Yoruba started. But I think maybe the West they will feel manage themselves more. But you see, when you go to East, you go to South. I think Northerners they go manage themselves well also because of religion. But the people where they sorry for past now East and of course South. Now there all ye day. You know anywhere all ye day.
Uncle Ben, no.
Yes, sir.
No verse. You see that intertribal bigotry that one was passed. Okay, look at this one now. An Ekiti man now brought Ijebu person home. Say, oh, this is the person. You don't kill me. Sorry, you don't pay me. Oh, how will Ekiti person go marry Ijebu? Ijebu people need to find their husband. So all those things there we know. But why we need all this space is just for at least to protect ourselves as a group, not what is happening within. Fulani wants to take over your land. And some people, they are complicit within the government, they are giving them free pass. That's the point.
Absolutely.
But when you regionalize, everybody will defend his own territory. If they make mistake, enter your territory and want to do rubbish, you pay them all until they run away.
Yes, sir. In fact, everybody go get sense. Me, we are like Igbo people. If I want to go to my Enugu, make una no verse of my Igbo people. Now Enugu be my favorite eastern state. If I want to go Enugu, I go collect visa. Now from there, everybody head go begin correct. The people where they come Lagos is a no man's land. When you want come Lagos, you collect visa. You go not say now somebody land. I'm just kidding, guys. Sister Temi said, true 100%. It's only the government and political elites and their friends that benefit from one Nigeria because of the resources they are sharing among themselves. Absolutely, absolutely. Wow. Me too, I try small. I read a lot of comments. One man is back. One man say, don't ask Ola. You know, they give short answer. Uncle Ola have really done a fantastic job here. One man, you too, they like Wahala Jare Egbon. All right, my lovely sister Unique is in the building. Unique, what's up, mama? How you doing?
I'm fine, Uncle Benno. I'm fine. I enjoyed today's live.
Really?
Extending yes. Even
from beginning.
It was a bit boring when my uncles joined, but I decided to listen and I learned Nigerian history. A round of applause for them.
All right, what are your thoughts, my sister?
All right, Uncle Ben, you asked Loki, what have I benefited from Nigeria? All right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So for me, firstly and most importantly, I think Nigeria has given me free voters card, which is very good, and I appreciate it.
Can you imagine?
And secondly is it has, recognized and, not really amplified, but, made me know that my voters card and my vote does not count. So that's secondly. So that's what Nigeria has done for me. Yeah.
So they give you voter card that does not count. That's what Nigeria has done for you.
And they show me government hospitals that when you go with a broken hand, you come back as a dead body or you have kidney failure. I'm saying the truth, Uncle Ben.
Sister Unique, why are you like this? I bet you say you won't go give me better political rundown.
No. So in essence, why I actually told you to do 2 minutes, my 2 minutes has to do with all due respect, sir, and all the panelists and the chats, very intelligent and, empathetic people that I'm so grateful to, be with and to connect with. So it appears that the strategic positions under like the Tinubu government were filled not based on merits or necessary competence, which is very vital. As a leader, you should, even if you're going to mix things, you should know that predominantly it should be about competence. Like people you're putting into your cabinet have to have sense, have to understand, have to align, then have to also connect with the people. So it was just his positions were just filled based on like a political, for me, tool to reward former opponents, or what do you call it, to prove a point. Okay, you are against me now, come over. Then he was also not smart enough to, stand on ground as the president. He was sharing power positional, positions between his wife and his son. Who cares? Nobody cares about who Remy brings or who Shei brings. It's irrelevant. You can see the kind of shithole party they've done, the orgy shithole they've done. Anyways, so this focus on loyalty over skills and human resource management has resulted in a lack of effective governance. It's clear, you can see.
Absolutely.
Bwala had nothing to do today. He had nothing to do tomorrow, yesterday, or whatever time. To even have an interview, one-on-one interview with Al Jazeera. He had nothing. This guy was just put there because he talked against what do you call it, Tinubu's ego, and Tinubu government wanted to prove that okay, this my opponent can work for me. You can see, even Uncle Ben stated it, that Tinubu needs to sue him. I'm sure wherever Tinubu is today, tomorrow, even Shea, all of them are Tony, they will not sleep well this week. So it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
I know. So Unique, if you have to rate Bwala's interview from 0 to 10, what would you rate him?
How about Uncle Ben? I'll give him a 0.5 to 1%. It was, it was just embarrassing. It was shameful. How can you go onto that platform? Do you know, I thought he was even in the crowd until I watched it when you played it. I was hearing my friends were calling me, telling me, I never watched it until you played it on your platform, Uncle Ben. And I saw you.
What's your favorite thing about your partner?
She's funny.
He's open-minded. Before we got married, we said the worst thing we've ever done.
What's the worst thing I've ever done?
What the?
There's some drama.
I was drunk. That's a huge red flag.
Can you just stop gossiping?
To the happy, carefree couple.
Politicians. He's tired of Nigerians for tolerating this bull crap from the leadership, and you're telling us to pray to God and they're expecting miracle from God. God is tired. The angels of God are tired. So, no, seriously. Uncle Ben, let me give you an experience that I faced when I was undergoing my master's in UK.
Yeah.
I was one of my lecturer's favorite. I don't know. I did not know that the man never even checked where I came from. Until one day, he teamed us, and he was asking each and everybody in the team, masters though. And I was running my master's in project management, and he asked everyone, like, where are you from? Your country of origin. When I said Nigerian, this guy he said, you're Nigerian? I said, yes. He said, how come? You could see his face, his countenance, his body language changed. This man that was soft smiling, changed his face. My what do you call it? My team people were, one was from, I think 2 were from England, They were British, then the rest were Vietnamese people.
Okay.
Like you could see what he was giving the Vietnamese people. These people that couldn't speak English, but when we write, they are perfect. We didn't know of AI, but they knew of AI, but no wahala. But this guy, like, he took back when he noticed I was Nigerian. I had to ask him in front of everybody in the class. I said, why? You know, we don't call them sir. When you call them, they don't even like you. Call them by their name. They tell you they are working for you, so don't respect them, don't respect them like good morning, sir. I don't know. I called him, I said, Mr. Louis, like, why? He said, no, I was in Nigeria for 3 years. This is the most bullshit country I've experienced in my life. No infrastructure, no regard for the citizens. He complained a lot. What you sell is not what I got. Yes, I got the money, but it's the most miserable money I've gotten. You're Nigerian? I said, yes. You know, at the end of the day, this guy rated me a D. I had to challenge it. I had to work it. And they had to give me another exam. They had to bring him. I'm telling you, they had to bring him. Disciplinary committee, you had to bring him. I had to rewrite, and they gave me a B from that D. You know, like that guy, he told me, he messaged me privately on my email, I still have it. He said, he's sorry, but he just has a disdain for Nigeria after experiencing what Nigeria is. That when he went to Vietnam, I mean, whatever it is, that he had a great experience. Bullshit people. Oh my God. See, I cried. So if I wasn't intelligent enough to get that B, my B could have gone. No. Do you know some of my friends in that class started running away from me? There's some of them, especially the Asian people, the Asians in that class that were close to me, because they saw my strength and my collaborative spirit. They told me, they did not know I was Nigerian. Their parents already warned them against being friends with a Nigerian person. That they thought I was from Ghana. Do you know, I used to lie when I enter a club to be a Ghanaian or to be another nationality as an African. Because once you say you're Nigerian, the club guy will start touching you, even touching your breast. Uncle Ben, I don't want to cry about my experience as a Nigerian. Hey God, this guy will fuck up. You know what I'm talking now? If you don't have the money and the resources to come abroad, must you come to be doing Nash movements? What the hell?
No problem. Thank you, my sister. Well, God will help us. We will get there someday. We'll get there someday by grace of God. I do understand the sentiments, how people feel about Nigeria. And that is why this interview with Bwala, it was really crazy how he went about it. But for us to be able to leave
everywhere we go, you know this scam word now. You understand? That is one. Two, they think you're just selling fronts. You understand? There's everything negative. Even our brothers in Africa, our neighboring countries, Benin Republic, Togo, all of them are rejecting us. So, you know, like we can't, like everybody cannot be wrong about us. We need to check within. We need to resolve ourselves. If this thing is not working, let's separate. I beg. And lastly, Uncle Ben, what I wanted to say is, if administration's primary goal of fulfilling its mandate, serving its people's best interests, and addressing systematic issues is being undermined by its failure to prioritize competency in its strategic goals. I beg, make you no win again, no, because they can see people are awoken now. Social media, there's anger. See, I live in Abuja. Oh, in this Abuja like this, what people will start jumping into your fences. They'll start, you know, taking over your houses, eliminating you people as rich people if you're not doing, or you will not do, or you will not be constructive, or you will not make it right. You not improve the economy. You not listen to the people. I'm telling you, there's a revolution uploading, and I'm not just making mouth. In a normal society before Nigeria, how Nigeria was, would somebody like DDM become very, very, relevant in society? But you can see, they should be careful, though. All these 90s thinking that you think because I'm this, I'm president, I'm president's wife, or I'm president's son, or I'm minister, you tell people to shut up and everything. It's not like that again, no. People are wise, people are awoken, they're intuitive, they can see the enjoyment that you've been enjoying, they want to enjoy. There's no more sabotaging. Even what do you call it? The churches, the mosques that you're laundering money and you're enabling the what do you call it? The pastors and the imam. Look, go and ask them, interview them. They're finding it hard to even get what do you call it? Audience, congregation, and also like tithes. People are being, their eyes are being woken. Let me I rest my case out.
Thank you very much. I know we spend a lot of time here. I just want us to round up now by listening to the rest of this Bwala interview. Please take a listen.
Okay, let's go back to the audience. Let's go to the gentleman there with the hat. Yep.
Why should young and emerging Nigerian politicians believe that merit and not connection or lobbying determines their political relevance in the Nigeria of today?
I can tell you that lots of young Nigerians are excited by the prospect of the renaissance in terms of growth, development, and opportunity that the Nigerian government and its policies has provided for them. That's why you see lots of them, they are sending remittances. Some of them are even coming to invest in the tech industry. So Nigerian people understand that in this administration, only merit. President doesn't need to know who you are. If you have the right idea, that administration will provide the enabling environment for you to thrive.
Daniel, an overwhelming majority of young people see their country moving in the wrong direction in Nigeria, 91%.
What is the source?
The Afrobarometer survey from last summer.
I question the authenticity of that report.
Do you still think this government is a nepotistic government?
No, it is not.
You said it was in the past.
And I'm now saying it is not.
Okay, let's go back to the audience. Yes, woman in the third row there, yes?
I was delighted to hear that you said that you have rid the oil industry of corruption. Given that fact, why is it that you allowed the oil companies, the oil majors who've been working in the Niger Delta for the last 70 years to exit without dealing with the corruption, pollution problem that has riddled the lives of Niger Deltans who are paying the cost, but without the companies being made to foot the bill?
Yeah, so all the...
At the Irving Archives and Museum, history is at your fingertips. Explore award-winning exhibits, photo-worthy moments, and the only Smithsonian Spark Lab in Texas. Find curiosity, find fun, find yourself in Irving.
Because most of the investigation found out, most of them were just rent seekers over the years in successive government. And so we decided that you have to play by the book. And they were not comfortable, they left. You don't have control over their decision. But in the same vein, shortly after that, you see lots of foreign companies that are coming to Nigeria to invest.
Okay, let's go back to the audience. Let's go to, yes, gentleman there with the jumper there, yes.
The current chair of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Professor Joash Amopitan, made some disparaging and stereotypical remarks about the Hausa Fulani people of northern Nigeria, specifically the Muslims. Do you think he is morally justified to continue occupying such a sensitive position, given the kind of remarks he made?
My apologies to you for if such a statement was made to any group at all in Nigeria. It is not acceptable. This government promotes tolerance, amongst Nigerians. We also understand the need for the president and the federal government to avoid interfering on institutions of government. I will be happy to follow up with this point you've raised, if at all such a thing happened.
All right, I'm going to go to the lady at the back. Yeah.
You've been on different sides of the political spectrum over the years. How do you personally decide when to change your position? And how should the public make sense of that without us losing trust in you?
Yeah, politics is dynamic. It is anchored on both national interest and personal interest. And when you make a decision at any given time, there must be a factor, what led to your decision. And in this case, I told you, I made the decision to leave the president because of the Muslim ticket. And after the election, we now go into governance. I see the president introducing reforms that were necessary for the growth of Nigeria. I made a U-turn to support him. I think that is the basic component of...
Sorry. I just wanted to ask a question. I'm not trying to shame Bwala, but do you guys know how old is Bwala? Anybody know how old is he? Uncle, you know how old Bwala be? I don't even think everybody knows his age. Actually, Bwala is 50 years old. 50. But look at him. He look way older than his age. 51, Nabi. Okay, thank you, Biba.
51, yeah, 51.
He looked way older than his age. This is what happened when you are a man without integrity. When you are a man who follows where your belief is, when you lie too much, you get old overnight. Look at him. 51. I see 60 years old, 65 years old, looking way better than him. I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to shame him, but since this interview, I've been trying to understand the state of mind of this guy, and it's not making sense to me.
A human being, your ability to decide otherwise, if you feel the facts are there, facts can change opinion. And in this case, facts change my opinion.
Isn't he running on a Muslim ticket next year?
Whatever he decided, I will trust his judgment, because after he made the decision, we do not see as evidence the maltreatment or disenfranchisement of the Christian minority.
Okay, let's take a last question, gentlemen, in the second.
Uncle Ola, you believe what Bwala talks, so?
Well, I cannot verify. I cannot verify. He said, you know me, like I said, my focus, what I want from the government is different from what everyone wants. See, you appoint a minister, you appoint all those things. Those people are doing good for their family. But are those ministers doing very well? I'm okay with it. That's what at the end of the day, what happens after Tinubu is my core thing. I don't want repeat of what happened during Buhari era. Stephanie, just restructure that country. Whatever you do now, I care less, to be honest. Just policy, do the right thing. So post Tinubu, let us go to Southwest and be boxing ourselves. Let the Southeast, let them be giving the same knuckle. This is how we want to run. That's all as far as I'm concerned. That's all I want. So
thank you, sir. Mr. Demola. Mr. Demola said, why are you shaming him? Do you know if he has underlying health challenges? Mr. Demola, I'm sorry to say, as a healthcare practitioner, this Bwala that I'm seeing, the way he appears has nothing to do with underlying health challenges. This is what happened when you lie too much. This is what happened to you. When you lie too much, when you begin to work for a man you did everything to destroy. No, it is what it is. I just will talk where talk today. When you are working for a man, you spend reasonable amount of time to destroy. Honestly, look, I said it here one time that I studied Tinubu and Donald Trump for knowledge, not for their political ideologies or anything. I just studied them for how they do some things because I'm a learner. If I'm facing Tinubu today now, one question I will ask Tinubu is, Baba, I need to understand what make you appoint Bwala and Reno. There is this thing in Nigeria, Abi, just like you explained the other time when you were educating us about the body to Jesus baby pipeline. The same thing is happening in our political terrain in Nigeria. There is this thing in Nigeria that if you want to blow in Nigeria, especially with somebody like Tinubu in government or APC generally, if you want to blow, all you have to do is to follow the critic to appointment pipeline. I'll say that again. Follow the critic from critic to appointment pipeline. When you are allowed, if you can criticize, look, I see a lot of people doing all these shenanigans on social media and I'll just laugh. Look, no. Make I even show you something that I saw. I will show you something right now on Facebook just to drive home my point. This guy that shared this thing on Facebook, he's my friend. He's from Ondo State just like me. That's him right there. This guy shared on his Facebook, he said, dear Mr. Bwala Daniel, he tagged him. I just want to give you big kudos for your recent interview with Mehdi Hassan on Al Jazeera. Honestly, stepping into that kind of conversation is not easy. It takes focus, calm, and confidence. He went further and said, the way you explain policy and address concerns shows not just knowledge, but also a real effort to engage people thoughtfully. And then the last paragraph, he said, it was a performance that deserved recognition. Many people would find that interview intimidating, but you showed confidence and professionalism. Where am I going with this reference? This guy is my friend on Facebook. We've been friends now on Facebook since 2016. But recently, since Tinubu came into power, I stopped even chatting with him. I stopped texting him everything. I'm friends with him, including his wife. But I stopped texting him or talking to him at all because I saw what he's doing. What this guy is doing right now is what we call from critic to appointment pipeline, but he's doing it the wrong way. There are many people right now that are praising Tinubu administration. Oh, they praise Tinubu administration so much. Tinubu, he did this, he did that, they defend it and everything. The reason they are doing that is because they want appointment, they want recognition. They also want to eat their own share of the national cake. But unfortunately, that is not how Tinubu operates. I grew up in Lagos State. I was in Lagos State when Tinubu was a governor. And I was in Lagos State. See how Baba move all through. If you really want to catch Tinubu attention, you come hard, you come strong, criticizing him. If your voice is super loud and you have the bass to say, yes, Baba, you do this, you do that, no. I swear, the team will reach out to you. That's how he operates. So sometimes when I go to platform and I see people praising him, I just laugh. If you think praising Tinubu, we made Tinubu to extend out to you, say, come and work for me, you are lying, no. If you really want to get into Tinubu's space and make something good, you will go against him real hard. That is what Bwala did. That is what Reno Omokri did. And you all saw the result. So tell me, are you guys not surprised that Tinubu hired those guys? This system has been in place for a very long time. This guy now, who is a Minister of Aviation, what's his name? I forgot his name now. He used the same style.
Kiamo.
Yes, Kiamo. He did the same thing. Kiamo was so loud, coming for the government. So for those of you who want to kiss ass, if you are doing it for political motive, you are lying, Tinubu don't see you. But when you come, you arrange yourself, you get your data, you get your file, and you can come and say, no, the APC did not do this right. The APC, that is when Tinubu sees you. In fact, and one thing I love about Tinubu, you might think that, oh, he might come for me, he might hate me. Tinubu know they arrest people, Tinubu know they intimidate any person. Let's be frank. I'm not talking about the El-Rufai saga or whatever. But if we still want to talk about a president that really allow you to speak your mind, and he will not actively come after you, we can give Tinubu that credit. And I'm not even his fan. Abi Onkola, am I lying? That's how I understand him to some extent.
Say that again. No, I missed that.
I said Tinubu is not one of those presidents that want to come for you just because you criticize him. He doesn't do that. I have not seen him. Everybody talk, they speak their mind. Tinubu don't have time for you say, oh, because you are criticizing, he say, okay, go and arrest. Tinubu don't do that much. I think only somebody who really want to maybe you get the money, you really want to pull your mozu. That's when Baba will drag you, but any other thing, he doesn't have the time. But if you want Tinubu to send his boys or those working for him to really recognize you, you want to criticize his agenda, anything, you will be loud. When you are loud, they pull you in. That's how APC works. That's why you see.
That's why I said maybe he did Tai Solani and Wole Soyinka. You know what IBB did to Tai Solani and Wole Soyinka. So
exactly.
He did the same thing for Reno and this guy. Who is this other guy? He did it for Reno and Bwala. Tai Solani and Wole Soyinka, they use
Vistaprint prints everything you need to get your brand in front of your fans, like t-shirts, water bottles, totes, and hoodies too, which means everyone can take your brand and sip it, work in it, gift it, ooh, style it, tape it. Whoa, save a pen for me. Whether it's one of a kind or one for your whole team, at Vistaprint, if you need it, we print it with 20% off for new customers at Vistaprint.com.
You are loud. You are very, very loud in your criticism. Then they may have something for you. That's why you see many people that are now going towards APC or something. Is because some of them, they need them for strategic reasons. So my brother, Ademola, you say, why are you shaming him? Do you know if he so that? So it's not about underlying health condition, my brother. Bwala lied a lot, and it is shocking that he can go back and eat all his vomit. Anyway, thank you, everybody. Let me begin take final takes and we can leave. Let me start with Mr. Alumide. Mr. Alumide, what are your final thoughts? Because we have to round up now, sir. Hello, Mr. Olu. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, what are your final takes, sir? We are rounding up now.
So, well, my final take is just that I mean, we are just a joke of a society over there.
Agreed.
Bwala has typified it with that interview there. And, you know, and what we are saying is that with respect to what I was trying to explain to Mr. Ola, that our standards since 1960, after that first coup, down all the way till the standards are falling. We are not building a nation. We are not building a civilized society. Things are just getting worse, you know. And it's no accident. You don't rig your way to power. You don't rig elections. You don't make the people's and our people. We are kind of undermining and underestimating the people's ability and will to choose. You understand? When you say that what even if you choose the wrong person, you understand? I mean, I just don't. I mean, I don't know what else to say. We've dug ourselves into this kind of position. The next election they will rig themselves into power at all levels, not just the federal. We are federal, state, local government, and it's the same cycle. And then and it's all about the resources, like you said, Uncle Bino. You hit the nail on the head. It's all about saving the people's money, so that the very people who should benefit from it continue to suffer. You understand? So I mean, it's just unfortunate that we're where we are today.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you very much. Don't be a stranger. Although I'm trying to move our political discussion to another platform, but always come around, sir, to hang out with us. God bless you. Have a very good night, sir. Mr. Ola, your final take, sir.
Okay, well, thank you, everyone. It has been a nice show, and we are actually here for us to educate one another, because education really matters, and for us to make informed decisions. You see, the way you rate the government is different from the way I will rate. I rate government based on policies. I don't rate based on instant impact. I know that instant impact is what people want to see, but there are some impact instance that is not favorable to the survival of that country. I will give an example. You know, it has always been my favorite example. That has been the decree that I think the broadcasting decree number 38 of 1992 and that of 75, telecommunication decree of 1975, the one that IBB did. You know, that looked like, oh, it wasn't nothing until Obasanjo came and formalized it into law better, you know, send the NCC Act. And today we have telecommunication. We know where we are now. Then broadcasting, that broadcasting looked innocent, right? It was like, oh, this broadcasting, what's it all about? It started all those private stations where they used to promote indigenous artists aggressively. So when you see all this Burna Boy and Olamide and all this Nollywood we are looking at, it's just that's just the consequence. It's about the consequence of that all those policy level. So when I look at Tinubu, I don't look at Tinubu as a Yoruba person. No, forget about that. After all, I supported Jonathan, so it's not about Tinubu only. Now, when you see the net fund, you know, if 1 million students are able to access net fund, you have to consider their family. So it's typically not 1 million. assuming it's a family of 4. So that's impact on 4 million people. That's policy level. If you don't use those money to fund student loan, some politician will go to that place and they will shop the money. After all, NNPCL or whatever they are calling NNPC today, they are still dragging them to come and explain what they've done with 210 trillion. I don't know why Nigerians are not fainting by even earning that money. Because if they distribute that 210 trillion to Nigerians today, everybody will be raising shoulder and be bragging. And some people over time, they mismanage or unable to account for 210 trillion naira, not million, not billion. So those I look at it from that policy level. The policy of this policy of this other monetary, the floating of naira. People did not really understand what that floating of naira is. Some individual may be sleeping in their room. They will just tell CBN, "Oh, give me dollars, maybe at the rate of 420." You go to the parallel market to sell for 780. And just put money without even doing anything. And you are still surprised why we have a lot of terrorism in that country. When you have money in the wrong hand of those people that are not productive. So what do you expect? So that's why I'm rating Tinubu based on policy. But overall, if it's leaving power by 2031, if you don't have state police, even if every Nigerian is a billionaire, we don't have state police, and the regions, they are not able to decide how to move the economy forward, how to use the resources to, resources, like I say, it does not necessarily mean oil or whatever. You have to be able to think within the resources, human resources, your tax and whatever internal to develop your state. And you don't have police. You must have police to protest because you want to go into agriculture. If you are not doing that, you don't give that state police by that time. Anything you did, you failed. Everything you do, if there's no state police, that's my whatever, no matter how beautiful. If you like, give Nigeria 500 billion external reserve, everybody on the street. If there's no state police that is independent of federal unnecessary and unreasonable intervention, then Tinubu has failed. Because I so believe that once you have that state police, the madness, all these Fulani terrorists that they think they have monopoly of violence, I want them to meet the state police. I want every region of that country or every state of that country to have their monopoly of violence against all these terrorists. You understand? So anything like that, no state police, Tinubu has failed. But if you give me state police, every other thing, I can say, okay, just they carry your load, they go. But that state police is very essential. So that's just we are meeting him. So I enjoy this forum tonight, and I invite Mr. Olumide to come next time so that we continue our shouting match. So
my name is Tyreek Daniels. I have been living with HIV for 13 years. My partner found out his status first, and then I found out my status and went right into care and been undetectable most of the journey. When I became undetectable, it was a sense of empowerment. I can live a fulfilling life, a thriving life. Not only am I living with HIV, but through my work, I am able to help and support people living with HIV as well. It's a very, very empowering position to be in. Austin, HIV is with you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Have a very good night, sir. Good night,
you
sir.
as well.
All right, sir. Okay, guys, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to end this show on a brighter note. Somebody evaluate the entire performance of Daniel Bwala. She gave her 2 cents, and I think this person has all the right to give her assessment of the whole show. So I'm going to end with her take on Daniel Bwala's performance. Just give me 8 seconds.
Welcome to UB Reactions, the place where we keep it real. Today, we've got some hot topics, so let's jump right in.
All right. Let me end this show with this report from Aisha. For those who don't know, Aisha is one of the 3 panelists that contributed during the head-to-head. Now you can see the image right here. This is Aisha, okay? She sounds more like my beautiful sister, Honey Babe. And these are the other guy. This is the other guy with, of course, Menden himself. So I want to end this show on what Aisha wrote about the whole shit show that went down. So this is what Aisha said. Shamelessness as politics, embarrassment, shame, kunya. These are a few of the words used to describe the feelings that many Nigerians heard after watching Dale Bwala or Mehdi Hassan's head-to-head on Al Jazeera that aired March 6, 2026. Kunya is the Hausa word for shame, i.e., a distasteful emotion that comes from being aware of having done something wrong or foolish, like leaving a fly unbuttoned or realizing hours after a meal that you have food debris stuck between your front teeth. None of these examples captured the scale of deep personal embarrassment that I had from being part of that conversation. Within minutes, I felt a chill. Then I felt hot. Then back to cold, and the swings in sensation came sometimes with the burst of laughter from the audience, and I felt hundreds of pinprick-like sensations over my body, and felt as I listened a semi-hallucinatory haze upon me. However, I have until now never felt such shame in my life. Maybe I have lived a fairly shattered one for which I am grateful. This experience made me realize that despite what I say about Nigeria, in private and public, I still love Nigeria. That can be the only explanation for how terrible I felt at the antics and utterances of Bwala, special advisor to the president on policy communication. As Nigerians pour over the 40 minutes video, write and create the usual memes, I feel compelled to share my thoughts. It is not only about how Bwala trivialized the insecurity that has cost many lives or downplayed the breathtaking brutality with which Nigerians are frequently attacked, like the massacre of between 120 to 160 people in Kaima, Kwara State, that happened just days before the interview with Mendy was recorded. It is not his inability to give any clear answers, nor is it about the invasiveness of his responses and his theatrical attempts at deflection. As a friend put it, this guy has never done anything other than exude buffoonery or buffoonery. How do they call this one? Say buffoonery. It is also not merely about how he has disgraced the government he represents, showing clearly what the Tinubu administration thinks of Nigeria and our collective effort at accountability. As I sat there listening to Bwala's deflections and denials about the reality of Nigerians, his past statements and comments about Tinubu, all I could think is, what type of person is Tinubu to appoint this man as his spokesperson? That was the thought that raced through my mind, and the possible answers added to the instant fever that gripped me. faced with the knowledge of all the very public indictment Bwala has made about Tinubu's character and antics. Why? Out of over 200 million Nigerians, if you believe our population estimates, did Tinubu think, here is a man that can represent me and speak for the Federal Republic of Nigeria? This is a presidential spokesperson who said at one point, as Hassan pushed him on a question asking, why? Bwala responded with, because why has a long tail and two branches? Blood of Zachariah. I wanted to enter the ground for an audience that had been crackling all evening. The room fell into uneasy silence. This has been cut from the final edit, but I share so those of us who suffer kunya on on others people's behalf can know just how bad it was. So what Aisha is saying here is that at one point, when Mendy was asking Bwala some question and Mendy was pushing why, Bwala went so low that he said, because why has why has a long tail and two branches? This is really disgraceful. Anyway, let me continue reading. This nonsensical response that we used as children should have no place where a government official is discussing the insecurity that has claimed so many lives in Nigeria. So, why is Bwala in this position? The first consideration is that Tinubu is a person who enjoys immensely the power that he can have over man and his behavior. It is why he can bring into government men who have said awful things about him, bad things that are in the public, and make them eat their words. Tinubu can command them to swallow their vomit in the same public, and they do so gladly. This solves the mystery of the Fani Kayodes and the mockeries in this administration. Some of us think eating our words in such a way is the ultimate humiliation, but we could be wrong. Bwala obviously does not consider his outing on head-to-head a disgrace. He has shared links to the video on social media with his considerable following of over 100,000 followers. Ordinary Nigerians are not his audience. Okay, we ordinary Nigerians are not his audience. His audience is for the person who appointed him. See how I dance naked without a care in the world. Oh, what would I do for you? Which brings me to the second consideration of why, which is what Tinubu rewards. And according to story flying around, the financial perks are allegedly immense. Our lives are only part of a game that Tinubu and those he surrounds himself with play. He is a man that demands loyalty and obeisance that matters more than aptitude or integrity. Matters more than how the Commonwealth is being looted or how power is being abused by his appointees. It may be that person with integrity cannot really be loyal in the way that he demands. This explains those around him, the ever-growing group of deplorables, e.g., the Wikis, Akpabios, Umahis, Bagudus, Matawales, et al. Finally, the third consideration that Tinubu too has no shame. Hey, this guy don't vessel. Again, finally, the third consideration that Tinubu too has no shame. If he did, he would not appoint into office as spokespersons, ambassadors, etc., people who are on record as having characterized him as a person unfit for public office. definitely not fit for the highest office in the country. He does not care that by pulling them into his orbit of power for perpetual humiliation, he continues to reinforce the things his appointees have said about him, keeping those insults in the public, like Bwala's. Even if you give Tinubu 30 years, nothing will work. Everything is politics to these people at the cost of our lives.
So Finn provides detailed, personalized support to customers, quick responses. It's the first port of call for any customer who's wanting support.
Meet Finn, the #1 AI agent for customer service that automatically resolves up to 86% of queries with answers that feel human. Any channel, any language, 24/7. Learn more at fin.ai.
Oh my God. Those are powerful words. Once again, my people, I would like to end this show on this note. Thank you, everybody that has been part of today's show. Thank you, my lovely Bilba, Sister Yinkus, my baby girl Abby. Thank you for holding down the studio. Yeah, Unique. What's up, mommy? Thank you, Sister Temila Day. Thank you very much, Sister Marriott. And I also want to thank our panelists for today's show. I want to thank Mr. Woman Went to Mo. Uncle Ola, thank you very much. Uncle Lumide, God bless you, sir, for your contribution. Mr. Comparable Fact, thank you so much. My honey babe, and everybody that has contributed, God bless you. Now, let us continue. I would have said let's continue to pray for Nigeria, but honestly speaking, I think we have gone past that now. Prayer can no longer work to save Nigeria at this point. What we have to do is to be firm, to be objective, and to hold people accountable. That's what I can recommend. In all of this, President Tinubu need to stop hiring people that are sycophants, people who just want to sing his praises. These folks cannot help you bring about the positive changes we expected in Nigeria. They are only going to sing your praises, and after your regime, they will move on to another regime, and then they will turn around and criticize the government. Remember, many of these guys were around when Buhari was in power. They are all part of APC. Many of them that are still doing government with Tinubu now. All they do is they turn around, they will mess up the government, and when another person gets into power, they will turn around and then they will put the blame on the past president. So we have to do better. And like Aisha said, what Bwala display just shows the type of people that are working with the president. And I think this also explains why the worst governor in Nigeria, that happens to be a Edo State governor, Okpebulubulu, it shows why that dude continued to sing Tinubu praises. I've seen several videos of Okpebulu saying, Tinubu, I will give Tinubu 20 million votes. He will enter. Come to ABC, money, the money, you know? And you just wonder, like, where is APC getting all these characters from? Take a listen to this.
We are going to provide you with insecurity.
That is the governor I just spoke about, Governor Okpebulu of Edo State. A governor pick up the mic and say, we are going to provide you with insecurity. And for the record, that same governor got F9 on his WAEC. But anyway, let's continue to pray for Nigeria. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you, Sister Yinka. Thank you, everybody. And let me leave you with my special dedication music for Mr. Bwala. Good night, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. Bwala.
Bwala, 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 la la bwala, 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 la la bwala, bwala, bwala.
Welcome to UB Reactions, the place where we keep it real. Today, we've got some hot topics, so let's jump right in.
Are you sure your tax expert is right for you? Switch to TurboTax Full Service. You'll be matched with a TurboTax expert and get real-time updates on their progress, and you get your best outcome guaranteed. Switch to TurboTax Full Service.
Welcome to UB Reactions, the place where we keep it real. Today, we've got some hot topics, so let's jump right in.